Information Director.
24.
24 years, my apology. And I'd like to welcome the latest, the greatest addition to Drive Time Sports, Rick Schaeffer. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city. Good afternoon, Mr. Rick Schaeffer.
See, today is Wednesday. I was on the show with you in person last Thursday. We all take vacations at time, except you don't seem to be doing that lately. I know David Basil has, and I know Roger has, because they weren't on Tuesday morning. And so, look, I like baseball. Do you like baseball? You just don't ever go.
You obviously brought some kind of karma, some kind of magic to those Baltimore Orioles.
Gosh. Yeah.
I mean, it was a, I'm not sure revival is even the right term. And then you witnessed a rarity. You had a pitcher who pitched for the Orioles.
Oh, yeah.
In game one.
Yeah.
Found out in between games he'd been traded to Toronto. So he goes, I don't know how far apart the locker rooms
clubhouse to clubhouse.
Yeah, went one clubhouse to the other clubhouse.
Yeah.
And even pitched a scoreless inning against his former teammates who had just hours before had been sitting on the bench right beside one of those teammates.
That's one of those unusual deals in the trade. So here he is. He's an Oriole in the first game. They played a doubleheader because they got rained out of a game earlier this year. So day-night doubleheader. He's an Oriole. Manager calls him in afterwards. He knew he was probably going to get traded. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. So the manager calls him in and says, you've been traded to Toronto. So all these goodbyes. As he's walking to the Toronto, their PR guys introduced himself and he says, do you know anybody on the team? I just only know two guys. And so that's interesting. But here's the other fascinating thing. The minor leaguer who the Orioles got, the Orioles AA affiliate was playing Toronto's AA affiliate, and the same thing happened there.
Oh, how crazy.
The guy went from the Toronto AA affiliate to the Baltimore AA affiliate's locker room. The same thing happened.
How crazy.
That is really amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Trade deadline stuff like that happens, and the Orioles they're givers. They're not going to be buyers. They're obviously not having a great year. I was blessed because the first night I was there, they gave a game away. They lost to the Colorado Rockies 6-5, but after that, 5 games in a row. I mean, one of them was they won 18-0. I saw 2 games, a game against Colorado and a game against Toronto, where they used position players to pitch the last inning because the Orioles were so far ahead. And so yesterday they won the first game 16-4. They won the second game 3-2. So that was pretty cool. They did lose today 9-8.
Why? Because you weren't there.
I guess I left one day too soon because originally I was going to be off today, but our flight was so early that I got back, and so but it's a great place to see a game still. The biggest crowd they had was about 25,000. They had a bobblehead night one night for Jordan Westberg, and but most of the crowds were anywhere from 16 to 18,000. It's just they're not having a good year. But it was fun to watch them play their offense. That may be the best 5-game stretch they're going to have all year. But it's because last night, so they traded Dominguez. They've already traded Soto, one of their bullpen pitchers. They also traded Baker, one of their bullpen pitchers. And their best bullpen pitcher, Bautista, is on the injured list. And so you're sitting there watching this 3-2 game, and I'm wondering, they scored a run in the bottom of the 8th. I'm thinking, who's going to pitch the 9th? Who's left? And sure enough, this was great. They brought in a guy named Martin. He's a rookie, and he had pitched well the night before, I think, or one game the night, maybe 2 nights before he got a win. And so they brought him in a clutch situation. He hits a batter. He walks a batter. The next guy bunts, so Toronto's got second and third, nobody out, and he gets 2 strikeouts to get out of it. And I guess eventually what you have to do if you're a team that's not winning, whether it's them, the Pirates, whoever it is that's not winning, you have to put people in that position because they're going to have to do it in the future. So that was kind of fun to watch. But anyway, it was really, really a lot of fun. Baltimore is still a good place to visit. I'm really curious because they are, I got to research this, sometime in the next 3 years. They've been given an enormous amount of money by the state. they're going to redo the Inner Harbor area, which used to be a buzzing place. I mean, it was exciting to go there, kind of like Times Square would be, or Faneuil Hall in Boston. You know, really exciting place to be. It's still a good place to go, but not. It didn't have the buzz it did, and a lot of the shops are gone, and a lot of the restaurants are gone. And then they're also going to revitalize around Camden Yards, which is kind of like everybody wants to do what Atlanta's done. What Atlanta has done is amazing. I haven't been to a game there. You were in Atlanta, but you didn't go to a game there. Where they built Truist Park, there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. But it's this intersection of all these interstates. So they bought the land, and the Braves have basically put up a community. They got the ballpark, but they've also got a couple hotels. They've got restaurants. They've got shops. So even if the Braves aren't playing, it's a great place to go. And everybody has seen that, and the Braves are making enormous amounts of money, which is what drives everybody in professional sports. And they're looking to say, how can we do that? St. Louis has got kind of a neat little area right across from the ballpark that's nice. And I know Texas has tried to do that, but I hate the fact that they leave that stadium domed. They never open the roof. But they're trying to do that. They've got a building right next to it that's got this huge screen. You can sit there and watch all these games and all the restaurants in there. So I guess that's what they're going to try and do in Baltimore, too. So that was cool.
I am, as always, amazed. I'm stunned. Let's do this first because we need to do this appropriately.
It's time for the Basketball Insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reid, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village, staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care. Now, here's Bart.
Well, Bart, thanks for filling in for me yesterday. I know I just heard him say,
I missed you.
Missed us.
So sorry, I didn't know if you heard me.
Yeah, appreciate that. That. Glad you're on today and all those good things. By the way, since he's a basketball,
those good things.
But I should say this: he's a basketball guy. He's a little younger. But yesterday, of course, you keep up with things even while you're gone. I saw the deal where they're going to honor Darren McFadden's number.
That is appropriate. This one should be retired, but go ahead.
No, it's okay. I guess they finally. I don't know if any of those guys ever listen to Drive Time Sports. We've been talking about honoring jerseys for years.
And basketball should be next.
Yeah, basketball should be next.
Should have already been there. Maybe even baseball for that matter.
I think it will be. I think basketball probably will come next now that they've done this for football. And my gosh, if they only do one a year for football, they're going to be doing them until Jesus comes back.
That's
because
true.
This is one a year. How? You know, the next immediately I think of, okay, he was the runner-up for the Heisman. Billy Ray Smith was the runner-up for the Outland 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd Phillips won the Outland.
That is true.
Do you have to be recent to get this? Or can you be dead and get this like Billy Ray Smith? I mean, like not Billy Ray Smith, but Lloyd Phillips is? I don't know. How far back is this going to go? Is Ryan Mallett going to be next because he's deceased? Could be. He's in the Hall of Honor this year. But I thought that was good. But from a basketball standpoint, so then this morning I'm on the plane. You can thumb through your emails and stuff or read stuff before they start the engines, and saw that Alan Zahn passed away.
That is true.
For those of us who have been around quite a while, Alan Zahn.
Number 20, if I remember correctly.
He was number 20. He is the only Razorback basketball player ever with the last name starting with a Z. And Alan came from New Mexico. And I can remember when he came, he was a freshman on the team that went 26-2 in 76-77. And he played, this is a crazy thing. So Arkansas in 1978 goes to the Final Four, basically playing 8 guys all year. Only 8. I think U.S. Reed was a freshman, Alan Zahn was a sophomore, and they had a freshman named Michael Watley. Mm-hmm. And Watley played a lot.
That he did.
And right before the NCAA tournament starts, he quit. How can you play all season and then quit right before the NCAA tournament starts. It's still, in all the years that I've done this, that still has to be one of the most stunning things I've ever seen. I can remember the night Glenn and Alexander quit. That was the night that it was the next morning. It was the day Houston Nutt got hired, and Glenn and Alexander's dad was a pain, and was always on Nolan for playing him more. He's a McDonald's All-America, and the night that they were debating whether it was going to be Tuberville or Houston Nutt, Arkansas plays at Louisville. I was there. Glenn and Alexander had one of his best games of the year. The next day, he quit because his dad didn't think he was playing enough.
Is that the reason?
Yeah, and Nolan did not deal with dads.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk to parents.
That's exactly right. So he's gone. So those were probably, in my time, the two most mysterious people leaving. But how can you quit right before the NCAA tournament? So anyway, U.S. Reed got some playing time, and Alan Zahn, as a sixth man, I think I read this. He played 21 minutes in the game against Kentucky. He played about 20 minutes in the victory over UCLA because he was the sixth guy, as a sophomore. All that time, I can remember he was a quiet guy. He wanted to get into law enforcement. I thought he wanted to be an FBI. I thought that's what he was going to go into, but it turns out I think he was an undercover drug agent, and then I don't know if he was later with the police force in Tulsa, but 66 years old. I was just shocked to read that. Yeah.
Well, let me say this before I forget. I think in a little bit of irony, was Eddie Sutton not the coach in '77?
Yeah.
Okay, would you know Glendon Alexander went to play for Eddie Sutton at Oklahoma State?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I wonder how Coach Sutton dealt with his dad, or if he did.
I would think Coach Sutton had the same policy, right? No, I don't know.
Probably
close to it.
You recruit him, but yeah, that was pretty amazing. And
Alan
Alexander never had the career that you would have thought, maybe because of his dad.
That's right.
Alan Zahn could make change on top of the backboard.
He could jump. He was
I'm
6'6".
talking on top of the backboard, not just on the rim, on top of the backboard. He had easily, I don't know what his measurement was on his vertical, but it didn't matter. The kid could jump.
He could jump.
I mean, he could jump.
After practice, he always left quarters on the top.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Wow.
And then change those to 2 dimes and a nickel just for fun. Okay, I said
Bart,
this.
that was a very nice wow, but he didn't really. We were just kidding.
No, because we've been talking about people that can jump, and if you're probably not far from the truth.
No,
that he could.
He probably could. He probably could have. Legend will have it that he did. Okay, how about that? Legend will have that he did.
Of course, and you get better with age.
Now, we are graced. We are humbled by this young lady's presence. First of all, you
Did
may
somebody
have,
give you a present?
You may have recognized, yes, the Queen of England. You may have recognized
or
her
catfish.
The other night.
Oh, yeah, she was the cat. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
she
Hi,
was
Rick.
there, countdown to kickoff.
Yeah, she came. That was
And
really nice. But she brought you catfish tonight, I'll bet, right?
Well, this was really her redemptive move.
Redemptive.
Redemptive.
Oh, my gosh.
Because
Good
I
grief.
walked into we call it the green room, and I don't know why, because there's
It's
nothing
not green.
There's nothing
not?
green in
No.
there. But I took a picture of the remnants of someone or some bodies who had ravaged Eat My Catfish.
Right?
Huh?
We have
Eat My
chicken,
chicken,
too.
either one.
We have
That's
chicken.
good. Glad to know that.
we're pretty-
okay, I'm
Eat My Shrimp.
I'm just going
Keep
to let you
that-
know that was Travis Hester. He went to visit the zone, and he took them our new appetizer, which is like sizzling sausage, and we take our andouille sausage, blacken it, and put the little banana peppers and blackened seasoning, and he took them that. That's what you saw, and then he sends me a picture, Rick, and says, I can evidence that Eat My Catfish has been here, and I said, okay, are you in the studio tomorrow? I'll bring some food to you.
Yes, that's right. Basically caught in the deed, dropping off food, but no, there's nothing, no. We bear the name.
I have
bear
pointed
the
that
name.
out to the powers that be. I'm the one that
my-
makes. Remember, Travis, if you're listening, yes, but I really take care of Mr. Rainwater.
Thank you, because
and I brought the salad for your wife.
I told her, I teased her about that earlier, and I said, Carrie, you're going to have a
Yeah.
blackened catfish salad tonight.
Yes,
she
sir.
was so excited.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. So what else is going on with Eat My Catfish?
Well, a lot of things are going on. We've got that. Our salads are going to go away, sadly, for the season. And then right now we're just doing an in-between LTO, which is limited time offer with the sizzling sausage. It's really good.
That restaurant talk, LTO.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And I had to learn that.
What's some other little quick terms?
Oh,
BYB, bring your own bottle.
that's
there's
it.
a
No,
lot.
we have beer. We have beer and wine. No,
Okay,
don't you
okay.
worry. We got you taken care of. I don't. There's LTOs. There's. I can't even think of all of them because I really.
So what if you what using the word blacked out, but what happens if you just kind of, hit this, what does that initial mean?
I'm not in the restaurants every day. I am fielding all the orders for catering, which is a lot. And catering,
Plus, you deliver to Randy, right? You have to do that.
That's catering, baby.
Yes,
That's
yes.
catering.
Yeah. I know what to do. I'm in sales, so so I am booking a lot of caterings, deliveries, and on sites. And now my season's ramping up. Me personally, we had a big delivery day today, but we start really picking up next month with a lot of back to school teacher events and a lot of family reunions and picnics, and then in October a lot of manufacturing plants. They treat their employees, and we can be out there 24 hours with our trailer cooking for even the people that need to be fed at 3 a.m. Those are being booked right now, so I'm swamped even if the trailers aren't yet, but they will be in October. We might have all of them double booked. They'll do lunch and then they'll do dinners.
Don't forget that big event coming up at War Memorial Stadium. What is it, September the 5th?
Right.
Isn't that right? That's Arkansas State.
Oh, I have tickets.
No, what about Eat My Catfish? Okay. Come on.
Yeah, Randy doesn't care if you go to the game.
No, I
He
know.
wants
I'm
to-
going to go to the game.
There's a lot of tailgating. A lot of
Oh,
tailgating.
nice.
There is, and people can get a hold of us catering at eatmycatfish.com. You can hit me up, or you can go on our website and request a quote and say, hey, can you deliver? Because I know we can pull up right there on Mark and we can offload it. If somebody wants to book the trailer, there's ways to do that. So yeah, there's
Just trying
there's
to give you a
opportunity.
heads up.
I know.
I mean,
I'm like,
where's
I'm
my
going to the
commission?
game.
Where's my commission? Okay.
Can I make a suggestion?
You get a commission.
If you cater for someone, tell them they have to go to the game.
Oh,
You're not going to
okay.
deliver to War Memorial, the big parking
Oh,
lot
I
out there,
agree.
unless they're going to the game. That
I
would be
agree.
a good deal.
Okay, I'll do that, and I'm excited for it. So I'm just excited for football season. Not that I'm ready for boat season to be over, but you know,
It's almost too hot to be on a boat, isn't
it is.
Even
It
if
is.
you're close to water.
It is.
Okay, now this is a true story. You can't tell it right now by my shirt. At 3:33, I'm delaying leaving the house. I live at the top of Cantrell Hill, so to speak.
Okay.
Cantrell in Mississippi.
Yes.
It is pouring
Today?
rain.
Yes, it did.
Really?
Just a minute ago. And when I first turned on the engine, it still showed 108 degrees.
Yes.
While it's raining?
Now, hold on, Rick. By the time I got to the studio, which is 3 miles away, it was 78 degrees. 78
it's
degrees.
not 78 anymore.
No, it's
you could
not.
agree with me.
Is
We
it?
came in at the
It's
same
coming
time.
back.
It's like a muggy
Okay,
108
okay.
again, I
But
think.
I don't know that it rained here at the studio. I don't know that it dropped. It looked like just about where you would get off there at the red door.
Right before Eat My Catfish.
Yeah.
I drove through all that. I just washed my car today too, so now I have all the street water up
that
in
old
my car.
oil that
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about
yeah.
that. Makes me happy.
Hopefully that has, wherever you got it washed has one of those rain coupon type
No,
deals.
it doesn't. That's
Okay,
okay.
if it rains, you can bring it
Yeah.
back, but you'd have to be in a certain area. If your car was parked here, on the other hand, or
Right.
at Eat My Catfish, you probably it's as nice as it was when you drove out of the car wash.
Right. Well, not today. Not now, but it's fine.
So, all right. If someone wants to get catering, what do they do?
They just
Catering.
come to your studio.
Yeah.
It's right there right now,
right.
right?
Okay, so come on
Okay.
in. I'll be
I see
here.
the line
I'll be here
outside
for
the
you.
door now.
Exactly. Hold on, people. Catering at eatmycatfish.com is a direct email to me. Also, the phone number, if you like to call, is 501-235-8805. And
Is that on the website as well?
Yes, it is, and it's so handy because that's really an app on my phone. So I don't even have to give out my cell phone anymore because the app
that's
rings
pretty
on my
cool.
phone. It was ringing when I sat down here. I had to silence
I saw it.
Oh, that was work. Hi, I'll get back with you. Just one moment.
Yeah, sorry, I'm busy. I'm in the studio.
So, talk about countdown to kickoff. How'd you only have to talk fast now, but you do
Okay,
anyway.
countdown to kickoff.
How'd you like it?
I loved it. I had a great time. Corky's was good. The company was good. The show was great. I'm excited.
Got you pumped up?
Yes, actually.
All right, what
yeah.
number? How many victories? Now that you're all pumped up.
Okay, can I be realistically?
Go realistic.
Okay, 8.
Whoa!
It's getting closer.
There
Started
she
with
is.
8.
Yeah,
There
it
you
started
go.
with 8.
Let's
Thank
go.
you, Errol. Thank you, Early.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, guys.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Evo Special Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Drive Time Sports by Aero Truck Sales. Find them online at aerotruck.com.
It's Justin Aker for CertaPro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now, again, at CertaPro.com.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep. You know, I saw an ad the other day and I thought, no wonder people don't trust car dealers. I looked up the discount they were offering that was $20,000 off, only to find out they put a $12,000 to $15,000 lift kit on this truck, marked it up $38,000, and then said they're taking $20,000 off. Make that make sense in somebody's head. Folks, come check us out. RedRiverRam.com. See why we're Arkansas's #1 Ram dealer, or make that beautiful drive right here to Heber Springs.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made Probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Upgrade your learning experience during Dell Technologies Back to School event with AI PCs like the Dell 14 Plus featuring an Intel Core Ultra processor starting at $749.99. Supercharge your studies with features like real-time notes transcription, AI accelerated hardware to run multiple apps without slowing down, extended battery life, and more. That's the power of new AI PCs with Intel inside. Discover a smarter way to learn at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Aero Truck Sales has been in business in North America for 75 years. They are dedicated to helping truck drivers, owner-operators, and fleet managers find the high-quality used semi-trucks that they need to grow their business. Their on-site financing team provides flexible financing options and comprehensive warranty and protection plans. Plus, their attached shop provides convenient and efficient reconditioning. Visit Aero Truck Sales at 12101 Eanes Road, North Little Rock, or view their inventory at arrowtruck.com.
It's Guatney Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year, and it's been so hot, we're cranking up the deals through the end of the month. Save up to $14,000 on new Silverados, the all-new 2025 Trax, in stock and starting under $20,000. Used vehicles from just $69.95 or $255 a month. No payments till November and 0% interest available. Rush to Guatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville or shop now at GuatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. Drive Time Sports, tapped with refreshing sports opinion on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Glad to have Rick Schaeffer back with us. Bart Reid, thanks to Martin Orthopedics. I'm Randy Rainwater. Sorry about the delay, Rick. Neal, I was watching Bart stuff blackened
Neal,
catfish.
it's so good.
I mean, it was almost embarrassing. But anyway, here we are. All right, Neal, we're getting
now you got me hungry. What am I going to do? You know.
That's right.
Well, I've done this so many times to Rick where I talk about, oh man, can't decide what to get from Sonic. I can't decide if I want the Smasher Burger, if I want the foot-long hot dog, or whatever it may be. I've done it to Rick way too many times, and lately it's been Eat My Catfish. And if anybody wanted to bring pizza by, I would be happy to talk about pizza.
Same night?
Oh, you can never tell, Rick. I mean, Bart's a growing young man over there. We got to take care of his waistline.
Got a bunch of kids at home too,
and they love Eat My Catfish. All right, here we are, 1 day away. 1 day away.
Yeah.
Hard to believe. We're saying tomorrow night, the National Football League. It may be scrimmaging. It may be flag football for all we know, the way they play these exhibition games. But we will have football tomorrow night.
Absolutely, and and a part of that game too is looking at the inductees into the Hall of Fame too.
That's true.
I always enjoy that. Yeah, I mean that's what that night's really all about. To me, the game's a little bit secondary, other than it is football on the TV. So just want to remind people that this is an exhibition game. You are not going to have the full menus out there. It's going to be very limited in what you can bet. And to be honest with you, we don't take a lot of action on the game. Most people bet a little bit on it just to make it a little interesting, have something to bet on. But right now, everybody's focus is really is on baseball, and we're just right at 24 hours before the trade deadline tomorrow, and I'm keeping an eye on the futures and the World Series winners markets to see if any trades happen to affect that. Right now, the Dodgers are plus 240. They're the favorite, followed by Detroit and the Mets are both at plus 850, and the Phillies, those three are at 850. Your Yankees are at plus 1,000, and I'm just going to go to Toronto Blue Jays are plus 1,000, and then I'll stop at Houston Astros. We've got a lot of Houston Astro fans in the area because of proximity are plus 1,100. And, Rick, you can put $1 on the Baltimore Orioles to win the World Series, and if they do, it will return $500. That is the deal of the day.
What?
I may turn you into a better yet. I know you say you don't bet, but $1 for 500, why not?
It ought to be, hey, for where they are, it ought to be $6 million if they win the World Series.
Well, I just have to ask you, if they did, would it be unbelievable?
At this point, it'd be pretty close to that. Yeah, when they're
All
since
right.
they're 50
All
and
right. I got him
59
close,
right
though.
now.
That's as close as he'll get now.
50 and 59.
I got the closest
yeah.
I'm going to get, and I'll take it. I'll take it. I didn't think I was going to get that much out of it, but anyway. A couple of WNBA games on tonight. Of course, you got the LIV Chicago tournament this week, and then you got the Wyndham Championship in golf this week also, and a little MMA and a little boxing. Nothing too big, but like I said, right now we're all focused on baseball and seeing if anything happens with the trade deadline.
Neal, what about Caitlin Clark? I can't find anything or any place or anywhere that I read about a definitive date when she's coming back. Have you read anything or heard anything on Clark?
No, I have not, and I want her back because we have a lot more action and a lot more attention on the league.
I can imagine.
Back,
yeah.
So but yeah, I think with the type of injuries that she has gotten and how physical that league has gotten, especially surrounding her and of course other players too. We'll just take a watch on that and see how all that pans out. But I'm ready for her to be back, but I know she's going to do it on her own time and when she's ready.
Sure. All right, Neal, where can we find this good stuff?
Go to BetSaracen.com on the web or from your phone. Go to the App Store and type in Bet Saracen. Download the app. New players right now, use the code WELCOME. You make your first $25 bet. We'll give you $125 in free play. That's our no-strings-attached offer. Also, we got the long shot parlay. You got tonight and tomorrow left on that one. Plenty of baseball action to get in on that one. Top 250 players split we'll split 25,000 of the long shot parlays. All you got to do is bet a couple of bucks and qualify for that and opt in. And it's almost ready for football, and we'll see what we can get tomorrow night, and get ready for the rest of the preseason and see what happens with baseball.
All right, buddy. We'll talk with you tomorrow. That is Neal Atkinson by way of Bet Saracen.
Is that a groin or hamstring? What does Caitlin Clark have?
I think it's a hamstring, but it may. I'm not sure.
Well, she has both. We don't know which one's injured, but she has both. She has.
I think it was only appropriate. I've been trying to find a good reason to give Rick this for the first 35 minutes or so of the show, and everyone has. I think everyone has a groin. I think everyone has a hamstring.
That's right.
One of the two.
That's what you just asked.
And that's a tough injury to predict because you don't normally see players with a unexpected date of return.
No. I mean, they'll usually put some kind of timeline on it.
How long does their season last?
They're getting close to playoffs.
Are they?
I'm not sure. I mean, they just recently had the All-Star game, but at least the way I'm reading or interpreting some of what I've been reading, their playoffs apparently is not that far off now. And you think about it, here we are almost into August, and you would think they would want their season over if they want any viewership at all before both the college and the NFL cranks up, because I don't think they want to try to compete against those two.
It goes from the second week in May to the second week in September.
Really? Okay.
Right.
So
and then playoffs.
That's Dr. Google back.
That's the regular season.
That's
Does that
what
include playoffs?
I'll have to look at it further. I was just looking at what the season
Dr.
length
Google.
is.
You're supposed to
see.
I'm just happy that we got the microphone to kind of work. The problem is I can't turn it off, so that's why I'm just going to pop in here and there today.
Oh, then I'll just go ahead and unplug you. Then how about that?
I'll do it from in here.
I thought the finals they tried to be done before tip of NBA. October.
NBA get started around the 1st of October. At least exhibition games.
Regular season's late October, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, I'm getting this again. Great. We have such a marvelous audience. I mean,
we do.
Yes, they do.
Right.
They came up. They usually come up with answers for us. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Clark injured her groin. Last that this person heard.
Yeah, see, that's gonna continue to nag, and I think they tried to bring her back probably too early, which I don't know why.
She played 3 games?
Yeah. Why do you rush it?
Weren't they trying to get her back for the All-Star game, and then she got hurt again and didn't get to play?
Yeah, she was one of the what they call them, captains. And the reason why I said whatever name they called, they were really GMs because they selected their own squad. Yeah.
Oh, that's because they had the different format.
Yeah.
I like that, actually.
And they selected their own squad, and then she didn't get to play. So, anyway.
That hurts.
For what it's worth. Is she as generational of a player, Bart, as what, Cooper Flagg, he's going to be great. I just don't know if he's going to be.
Know yet.
Yeah, he's going to be the next level superstar, but.
She's maybe, because I say probably Steph is the last I don't know. You could maybe throw Kyrie. Kyrie could win a championship because of the way he handles the ball. But I would say we've had Steph and Kyrie, and those guys are just. I think Steph totally changed the game. I mean, totally changed the way we look at the game, the way the game's played, and she has done the same on the women's side. So I think she might even be more of a generational type of talent.
You don't think Luka's a generational talent?
I think.
Did you see a picture of him?
Yeah, he's
how he has transformed his body.
Yeah, and see if he wants to get serious and do that, then he is. I think
now he's got to worry about his calf. He's got to worry about all kinds of muscle strains now.
Yeah, Luka's got to play a little bit better defense, and I'm not knocking it. He's not as bad as people say, but Steph was a very underrated defender that gave him a hard time.
He's still playing.
No. I know, but I'm saying I think he's a very good defender.
Don't bury him yet.
No.
Okay.
He looks pretty good, too, playing.
Okay. Let's see, from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line, Ron says, I would like 8 wins. I'll take 7. I want undefeated. But then what if you lose in the last game? Ouch. I'll take that. Go undefeated and lose the last game? Yeah.
Oh, 11-1?
Yeah,
I'll take
that.
it right now.
Yeah.
Even losing to Missouri, you'd take 11-1, yes.
Oh, no, okay. Lose before Missouri and then win Missouri. Get that.
No, he said.
I know that. He said the last game, but no,
Right.
I don't want to lose.
But
to
you don't want to
Missouri.
do that.
No, I don't want to lose to Missouri anymore. No.
Okay. Well, nobody does. The Razorbacks don't want to either. I hope they
Really?
don't. But yeah, they haven't wanted to lose to Missouri all these years they have.
Well, you were missing Friday. By the way.
Yeah.
We will have as a special guest tonight at 6:30, so you can start finding all the questions you want to ask Casey Dick.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
That's
Fayetteville
great.
head football coach. So you can.
Because he was there last Thursday, so he said, "Come join us." Or
yep, I said. I'm going to
coming
get a
on
hold
board
of
at
you,
once?
and then of course this upcoming football season, we'll talk to him a lot more.
Really?
Especially on Friday nights. Yeah.
Oh, Friday nights.
Yeah,
Okay.
Friday
But
nights.
not like on the
Yeah.
show.
But now lost my train of thought.
Is this the toughest
You
football
could tell
schedule?
It really was important.
Is this one of the toughest football schedules that we've?
Yeah.
Well, the way it
It is.
lines up, especially.
Yeah, but here's they don't play Alabama or Georgia, so you have to immediately point that out. But they rarely play a non-conference schedule like this.
Yeah.
Usually, one non-conference game, you think, well, you're going to go 3-1 at worst. Arkansas could go 2-2. They could go 1-3 with this conference non-conference schedule, depending on the Arkansas State game, which is everybody wants to talk about. What's the biggest game of the year? That's it. That's the biggest game of the year, because if Arkansas loses that game, statewide confidence in the program will sink like a rock.
Absolutely.
And it puts Sam Pittman under enormous pressure. Whether they would fire him or not, I don't know. So that's the biggest game. But then if you get past that, you still got two more non-conference games you could lose. At Memphis, Notre Dame. So yeah, it's a brutal schedule. And the toughest SEC games, not that any of them are easy, are all on the road. So except Missouri. So
No, the reason why I
it's a
said
tough schedule.
reason why I said the way it lines up, you're starting your conference play on the road.
Yeah,
but then you
like always.
Yeah, at Ole Miss, and then you go back on the road at Memphis. Then you come home against Notre Dame. Okay, then you go back. We have an open day, but then you go back on the road against Tennessee. I mean, that's doing you no favors.
Yeah.
Drive Time Sports will continue.
On Fridays during the Zone, brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
This is your last chance to save up to 40% off during the Summer of 1,000 engagement sale going on at Robert Irwin Jewelers. With any purchase of $999 or more, you're going to get free diamond stud earrings. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Irwin Jewelers or online at rijewelers.com. Sale ends Saturday.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher, and today I want to talk to you about Fletcher Dodge, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, Ford, and Hyundai. I bet you didn't know you could have any of those makes in your driveway for less. Our Dodge store here in Sherwood is just one of our 9 stores in the Fletcher Auto Company. We represent 10 automobile brands. You probably didn't know our Honda store in Bentonville is the largest Honda store in the state. So when you need a new vehicle, go to our website, FletcherAuto.com. You can shop all of our inventory online. It's easy, folks. You can shop from your phone or at home. We have Dodge, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, Ford, Jeep, Chrysler, and Hyundai. Just pick out the vehicle you want and we'll deliver it right to your door for the best price anywhere. They can handle the trade-in, appraisal, and financing. Just ask for the sales manager and start smiling. So for the best deal anywhere, shop FletcherAuto.com and give us a chance to earn your business. Thank you.
At Mosquito Joe, we're constantly looking for ways to make your outdoor experience better. That's why we always use the latest technology.
Technology? To get rid of bugs?
Well, most mosquito treatments only eliminate mosquitoes that are around when it's applied. But did you know, at Mosquito Joe, we use products that are microencapsulated, so they continue to work for weeks after our technician leaves your property.
Now that's pretty cool.
Yeah, at Mosquito Joe, we love making outside fun again. Advanced products, top quality service, and all done with a satisfaction guarantee.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spraying, or stop by 65th and University.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer, Bart Reid. Thanks to Martin Orthopedics, I'm Randy Rainwater. Thanks to Hawks Homes. Trying to figure out how we can have something there at War Memorial Stadium where we could do the First Security fifth quarter post-game show. Have air conditioning and bathroom and TV and all that stuff. You know, we used to take like an RV out there, and so I'm thinking let's see, they've got hunting clubs, they got duck clubs, they've got classrooms. Surely they can turn something into like a little broadcast area. Throw in a couple of couches and chairs and all that, especially bathroom. And then have a fully stocked refrigerator. But you can get 2, 3, 4, or 5 bedroom homes starting at $55 a square foot, under $110,000. That's amazing. And you can have your home delivered in 2 weeks if you choose one off the lot. It takes a little longer if you want a custom design one. You dream it, they can build it. And all prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat and air conditioning, and if you need land, I'd have land out there at War Memorial. If you don't have land, that's no problem. They'll help you find some land where you can live. They can also take care of the dirt work, the utilities, the land prep, all of that, and set it all up in one loan. Located in Conway and Bryant, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net. That could be your next dream home. Dream away at hawkshomes.net in Conway and Bryant. Let's see here. From our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line, Chainsaw Dave says, I can see Bart. I thought the Eat My Catfish lady was in the studio. Well, she was. When I turned into Facebook Live, I was listening to the radio in my car. All is good. Okay, wait a minute. How can you be watching, but yet you're in your car listening to the radio?
No, he listened to the car, then he pulled in, then he jumped to make sure he didn't miss anything, so he popped up to Facebook Live is what I took from that.
Okay. All right.
Or he's like most people on the road, and they're just not driving; they're watching. I'm teasing.
Let's hope not.
No.
Oh my.
Oh, we don't need that. No, we don't. No, we don't need that.
Nope.
I'm not sure what this comment relates to. Texas has done the same thing, and it's close to AT&T Stadium. So what at 413 were we talking about?
So
Texas has done the same thing, and it's close to AT&T Stadium.
Oh, well, yeah, the Rangers. We were talking about what the Atlanta Braves did.
Ah.
And what everybody wants to do. Yeah, they've got a hotel right there. I think it's a loft hotel, but I can't remember. And they've got this big place that you walk in, humongous screen where they can show.
Are you talking about Live Texas, or are you talking about down in Arlington?
That's it. Yeah, Live Texas. And you can walk in and watch several games. I'm sure when the Rangers are playing, you can watch it in there. You don't have to buy a ticket to go in. A lot of different places to eat in there. So that was their hope.
And entertainment. Yep.
Yeah, but again, I'm a baseball purist. I'm sorry. I liked their old stadium better. I know they had to do the roof because they couldn't get any free agent pitchers to sign with Texas because the word was in July and August you wilt because it's so hot there. And but okay, the Astros have one of those too, but it's retractable. The Rangers is retractable, but they never open it. Never. The Astros will open it. Let's say it's 90 degrees. It's not 100 or anything like that. It's just 90. Seventh inning, the Astros will open their roof even if it's the last two and a half or 3 innings. Texas, I've been there several times, not this year, but several times in years past, never open the roof, ever. And I was there for a playoff game year before last when the Orioles were there. It's October. You think they could open the roof? No.
Why wouldn't they open it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. Maybe they think the air escapes. I don't know. But why didn't they might as well have just built a dome stadium and not even had it retractable because it would have been less expensive. It still would have been expensive, but less expensive to do it that way. I don't know why they didn't.
So you guys have to get me caught up, Rick, real quick. So, because Darren McFadden's an all-time great, why? What's the hesitation on retiring? I mean, the number should be retired. Right?
I think when you start retiring jerseys, you can start getting limited. Or let's say you're recruiting a prime running back, and he wears number 5 in high school, and he says, "I want number 5," and that's happened once at Arkansas. Clyde Scott's number was retired. He was number 12, and it was his last year was 1948. Along comes Steve Little. He was a freshman, I believe, in 74. They're recruiting him out of Shawnee Mission, Kansas. They're doing everything they can to get him, and he wants number 12. So they went to Clyde Scott and said, "Do you mind if he wears it?" Clyde Scott said, "Nope, let him have it." Steve Little wore it for 4 years, then they retired it again. So when you start retiring, look at where the Yankees are. You can't get a single-digit number to play there. They're all retired.
Those are very coveted ones too. For
but that adds to the culture of the program.
Yeah. So I think it's a. I hadn't thought of this. What they're actually doing. I don't know how they're going to honor the jersey in the stadium. They'll figure that out. They don't need me for that. But whoever does wear number 5, and Cam Ball is one that's wearing number 5, obviously a defensive player, and then there's a freshman wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to have the emblem number 5 in honor of Darren McFadden.
And a silhouette of.
Yeah, on their jersey. So I'm guessing, okay, let's do Billy Ray Smith next. If you want to do somebody that was a runner-up for the most prestigious award, let's do that. And so for a defensive guy, that'd be a pretty big deal to get number 87. And, of course, for a receiver could wear that as well.
I'm all for honoring. Yeah. I am. The more sure. Todd Day, as an example.
Well, Todd Day
in basketball,
and
automatic. Number 10.
But that's 3.
I mean, number 10 was has been very synonymous.
Yes.
Ron Brewer, as you mentioned, Todd Day.
Brewer. Yeah.
And Ronnie Brewer, yeah. So number 10 certainly should go up on that ceiling. And if you had to put 310s, so be it.
Put 310s.
Yeah,
that's right.
So be it. But Joe Klein, he should have his number honored.
310s beats 2 aces, so I think it'd be okay to do that.
Man, they've got to play catch up if they're doing that, though. You're right.
Joe
needs his number
Be careful when
retired.
you use the word ketchup.
Yeah.
Rick will figure something out to add to that. Does he need some mustard?
He doesn't want to spread it on too thin.
So when you go to the Major League Baseball games, they all have the races. And, where they have some guy wearing a hot dog and a mustard and a hot dog and a ketchup and a hot dog and a relish. These guys are running and people are going nuts like it's the Kentucky Derby or something every night. I'm thinking, and then, you're sitting there at the mustard won. Oh, that's just great. Really? Is that going to change your life that mustard won tonight?
Well, Paul Rudd did it for one of the Kansas games because that's where he grew up and he's a big fan. And I was like, that is Paul Rudd running in a costume. That is great.
Well, I got to tell you,
I think it's too much beer.
I am glad. I am glad people love that, and I guess that's one area where people would say, "Well, Rick, you're old fuddy-duddy," but it doesn't excite me to watch ketchup and mustard and relish all
Rick,
running.
you're no
against each
fuddy-duddy.
What about that Mr. Freeze guy that outruns everybody?
I don't know that one.
There's a guy like that. You give him like a 60-yard heads up, and he'll still lap you. It's insane.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze?
He dresses like Ozone, Frozone from the Incredibles movie. I don't know what his actual name is, but that's what me and the kids call him.
So what team is he associated with?
I have to look it up.
The Kansas City Royals have a deal where you run against Bobby Witt Jr. and they give you a big head start, and they've got a Bobby Witt Jr. kind of cartoonish deal, and they actually have him run at the speed that he runs at, and they give you a big head start. It's a long. Nobody ever beats him.
I like it.
Golly. All right, coming up next, Trey Biddy, hogsports.com, be brought to you by Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway.
Of the neighborhood with top quality equipment from Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower and receive your choice of a free 3,500 PSI pressure washer or inverter 2,200 watt generator. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. But hurry, supplies are limited and offer ends July 31st. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Stop by Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pond Street in Cabot, and find them on Facebook.
Calling all agents for the $950,000 Agent 7 operation at Southland Casino Hotel. Earn entries daily in August and September to win huge free play prizes or a 2025 BMW. Join us August 30th and September 27th when 10 lucky spies will win up to $10,007 in free play or your own getaway car. A 2025 BMW. You've got your mission. Agent 7 operation at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Drive Time Sports returns to Crane Hyundai of Little Rock on Colonel Glenn Road this Thursday. Check out their inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles at CraneHyundaiLittleRock.com.
The last bastion of quality programming.
Why would you listen to any other radio station than 103.7 The Buzz? KABZ Little Rock.
State police are still searching for a man accused of killing a couple in Devil's Den State Park. Now they're releasing a new picture of their person of interest. Troopers say the picture matches the description of the suspect, a white male who was last seen driving away from the park in a black Mazda. He's accused of killing Clinton and Kristen Brink while they were hiking with their kids last Saturday. Although state police are leading the investigation, other law enforcement agencies are joining the effort to find the killer. They say anyone who was near the park that day could have the smallest detail that could crack the case. State police are asking anyone with tips to call the ASP instead of posting them online. Doing that could jeopardize the investigation. Man is being held in Baxter County for scamming an 86-year-old Mountain Home woman. According to the sheriff's office, the woman got a message on her computer telling her to call Microsoft in February. They say she taught a Chinese national Wen Yang song who used the name Jack to convince her hackers wanted to steal her money. He's now accused of persuading her to give a courier tens of thousands of dollars. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio
Get
Network.
in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Drive Time Sports by Aero Truck Sales. Find them online at aerotruck.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Joel Young.
It'll be another warm, muggy start to your Wednesday. Temperatures starting out around 79 or 80, then quickly heating up during the day with partly sunny skies. We reach 98 in the afternoon, but it will likely feel like 108 to 110. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Joel Young.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Join the guys Thursday morning, bringing the mayhem to Fletcher Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Sherwood. Stop by or check out their selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at FletcherDeals.com.
It's Shark Month at Guatney Buick GMC, and they're ready to take a bite out of your current payment throughout the month of July. You're going to need a bigger truck. Right now, got a brand new 2025 GMC Sierra Crew Cab 1500 with Turbo Max engine and save up to $12,000 off MSRP. To make an appointment, call us at 501-945-4444 to chomp a bite out of your current payment. Shark Month also includes Sierra 2500 HD, discounted up to $10,000 off MSRP. It's a feeding frenzy with GMC Terrains at $279 per month. Take the bait on new Buick Encores at just 0.9%. It's Shark Month, taking a bite out of your current payment at 5-star and family-owned Guatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. You can also reach us at GuatneyBuickGMC.com. All offers with approved credit. Some offers require eligible trade and GM loyalty. That's 5-star family-owned Guatney Buick GMC. GMC, we are professional grade.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater, Holton, Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
It's Guatney Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year, and it's been so hot, we're cranking up the deals through the end of the month. Save up to $14,000 on new Silverados, the all-new 2025 Tracks, in stock and starting under $20,000. Used vehicles from just $69.95 or $255 a month. No payments till November and 0% interest available. Rush to Guatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville or shop now at GuatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you.
Brought to you by the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and I highly recommend the folks at CertaPro for your next project, whether it's for your home or your business. Interior or exterior, doesn't matter. They always go the extra mile. They painted the exterior of my home before, and what impressed me the most was the attention to detail. They notice a few boards that need minor repairs before they paint them. They will take care of that as well and save you headaches later on. Schedules fill up fast, so get on the schedule now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com.
Tap Time with Bryce Nall and Scott Parton, presented by New Province Brewing, returns this Thursday at 7. Tap Time is Little Rock's premier radio show for beer lovers by beer lovers. Tap Time Thursday from 7 till 8 on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the Edwards Food Giant Studios.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville, designing in-ground custom pools since 1976. Your reliable source for a new in-ground custom pool. Luxury Pool and Spa is your pool and spa chemical super headquarters. Bringing a water sample and their trained professionals will ensure your levels are correct and safe. They carry Pentair pool equipment, and they are now an authorized Polywood dealer. Plenty of spas on the showroom floor by Hot Spring, Caldera, and Fantasy. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. That's LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 2 at Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer back, standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
It's time for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reid, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village, staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care. Now, here's Bart. And now, Trey Biddy is brought to you by Chris Crane Hyundai, Arkansas's #1 Hyundai dealer, and Genesis of Conway, Arkansas's only Genesis dealer. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today. Now, here's Trey Biddy.
And before we talk with Trey, want to remind you tomorrow, Bart and I will be at Crane Hyundai of Little Rock. The getaway sales event is underway at Crane Hyundai, end of the month. Got to move them out. 2 big locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. 0% financing for 60 months on the new Santa Fe's and Palisades. That's right, Palisades now included. You can drive payment-free for 90 days. 90 days. You'll get America's Best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai assistance, along with the Crane commitment. New Elantra start at just $23,499. $23,499, and you're going to save thousands and lower your payments. And the banks are saying yes. So come see Crane Hyundai in Little Rock. That's Colonel Glenn Road. In North Little Rock, that's Warden Road. Or go online at craneteam.com. Check out all the fantastic deals you will find at Crane Hyundai, and there's other dealerships also that you can check out. Good afternoon, Trey.
Hey, guys.
Are you a huge NFL fan? Do you like... Tomorrow night we're going to see some football, whether or not it's exhibition or flag football, tag, whatever it may be, but we're going to see some football tomorrow night. Are you a big NFL fan?
You know, I always have been. I will say, though, like, since my daughter was born, I had to kind of back off of it just because, you know, during football season, I work 6 days a week at least, you know, and doing stuff on Sunday, too, to get ready for Monday. Sure. So it's kind of hard for me to do football, college football, every day of the week, and then Sunday being like, hey, babe, I'm going to go watch football all day. You know what I mean? So
oh, yeah.
It's kind of like those things, like those choices that you have to make in life. Like, you know, I used to like playing video games, and, you know, I'll still get on there once in a while. But, you know, I had to kind of pick, do I want video game? Do I want to be good at video games, or am I good at golf? You know, so you have to make these choices as you get to certain stages in life. So long answer. No, I do not watch much NFL. I mean, I watch occasionally. I have it on the background. I watch really big games, but as far as like, you know, following the Broncos every single game, that doesn't happen anymore.
You know, it's interesting, Trey, because I don't push my luck, so to speak, watching TV sports in exhibition play, because I need to save those cards up for when it really matters. So I'll peek into the NFL exhibition season for some, maybe a little bit here and there, but I'm kind of like what you're saying. I need to save those bullets for when they are really, really needed.
So you're not going to be tuned in tomorrow night then, huh?
I may peek in.
You were getting excited, now you're not going to get excited.
I'll tune in just so
Trey Biddy won't be, because
I'll peek. I'll peek.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll peek in just so I can say I watched a little bit.
I'll be busy with, I'll still be working on stuff from the press conference.
Yeah,
tomorrow,
that's right. That's
then.
bigger than an exhibition game.
And don't you think Isaac Tesla needs our support for tomorrow night?
Well, is he playing tomorrow?
He's playing for Detroit, and I don't know how much he'll play. But
Randy's going to pause his Viking show for just a moment to go check on it.
He'll probably play a lot because you figure that's the kind of guy that plays in the first game.
Third round wide receiver, guy that they have some stock in. Yeah,
they're not going to be playing their starters very much.
No, that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
he should get all the playing time. I doubt we would see someone like Dan Skipper. I would be surprised.
Probably not.
I guess is he now considered a starter?
We won't see Ragnow.
No, he's retired. Yeah, he is retired. All right, Trey, what else is going on at hogsports.com?
Well, I'm just, getting ready for tomorrow, making sure my, cameras are charged and, all that kind of stuff. And wrote a little article just on some of the things, I anticipate seeing with the offensive line, just that kind of stuff, thinking about some of the questions, looking at, some of the stuff from last year with Ben Souders, going over some of the numbers, because those are going to be, to me, those are interesting questions. Some of the other media people will joke with me a little bit because I ask a lot of questions about weight gains and, how much somebody's benching or, all those kinds of things. But I feel like that's what diehard Razorback fans want to know. They want to know, who's moving weight around and, who's gotten faster and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to talking to Sam, obviously. But I'm really looking forward to talking to Ben Souders because this is the only opportunity that we have to talk to him, just to get his feel for what players have done. And a lot of times he'll offer some ideas of, how that might project to them seeing action, and how they can help the team and stuff. And, I find that kind of stuff really interesting. So I'm looking forward to talking to Souders, and hopefully we'll have him for a long time because I know I've got plenty of questions.
Well, they have Sam first, so the rest of your media friends can exit stage right if they don't want to hear everything that Souders has to say.
Yeah, I'll be the first seat, like usual.
The other note, we really hadn't talked about this to this point, but Dave Van Horn had his press conference today. And it sounds like, especially reading the article that Kevin Bohannon wrote on hogsports.com. In fact, it says, this is the headline, pitching staff. Does he write his own headlines?
Sometimes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I'm a pretty good headline adjuster. So sometimes I do, but headline I believe you wrote adjuster. That one. Yeah.
Not insurance adjuster.
It's a craft. Writing headlines is difficult. Writing leads and writing headlines are a challenge for people sometimes. But I'm pretty good at headlines.
So did you pick out this headline or did Kevin?
This is his headline.
Okay. Pitching staff has talent and depth once again.
Like that.
And the one big one that we found out about Monday who's coming back is Parker Cole. That was huge.
Yeah. Well, that was the first question that Dave Van Horn was asked about today.
Yeah. Was
Parker Cole, yeah. I thought the best thing that he said was somebody asked him how his summer had been, and he goes, I don't have a summer. I call it hot. Like we don't, if you advance in the College World Series, and then practice stuff, there's no time off for summer. You think of summer, some people think of a little bit of a break, but he's like, we don't have summer, we have hot.
Well, he also used to have a mower. And he used to mow his own. He had a huge pasture that he used to mow.
Does he not do that anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's why. I mean, that would qualify as hot.
I know exactly where it is. It's
he grows trees too. He grows trees.
I have two friends who live over there. I think that's where he'll end up building, based on what I've heard. Whenever retirement comes, and I think probably build a couple more houses over there for his daughters. But that's
why not do it now?
Still a ways away.
Yeah. I'm told he loves planting
I think that's a
trees.
retirement project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Few years.
All right, Trey, this is from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Trey asked Ben Souders about that kid who transferred and blew up. He's huge now. Why didn't that happen at Arkansas?
The Tasman James?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he looks like a freak now, yeah.
Oh, it's California?
Yeah.
Really? What happened?
Maybe he
well,
was.
he posted a picture of himself like from when he arrived and where he is now.
Before and after, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's a lot heavier, a lot stouter.
Well, I really wish him well transferring after one game.
Yeah. So, yeah, I saw that too. You know, I mean, who knows? They might have had a different plan for him, or
maybe AI.
It can make you look better, can't it?
People out there who fish know how to hold a fish, right, for the picture. Hold it out and close to the camera. You know, maybe that's what it is.
I don't know, but that did not look, even though the head on the body, his face was the same. But my goodness gracious, he is blown up. That's a good description. He is blown up.
Like, and you know, maybe they wanted to keep him lighter and faster. Maybe that was the goal for him. But I promise you, if we want to do that with some players at Arkansas, we could do the same thing. We could show a before and after, and it would look very impressive.
It was impressive. I won't deny that. It was very impressive. Let's see what else from our D3 Auto Sales. This, again, the follow-up on Tasman James. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. They interviewed Tasman James, and he said his goal and motivation was to make Arkansas coaches look stupid. What?
Oh, my gosh, really?
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't either. But if he said it, that's ridiculous. Yeah, so who knows if he said that in the first place. And if he did, that's his problem.
This one is concerning Darren McFadden, D-Mac. Josh in Sherwood says, D-Mac is in the College Football Hall of Fame. Retire his number. Steve Atwood's number 2.
Atwater. Steve Atwater, not Atwood.
Okay, I'm reading.
Yeah, it's Steve Atwater. No. If you retire jerseys of players in the Hall of Fame, then there are others. Again, Lloyd Phillips, I think, is in the Hall of Fame. There's several coaches in the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to think if there are other players. I don't know if Clyde Scott is or not. His jersey's retired. I don't know if we're Schoonovers in the College Football Hall of Fame. He could be. I mean, you
Did
can't
Lance
retire.
Allworth have a?
I don't think he was in the. I don't think he's in the College Hall of Fame.
Okay.
No, you know what? He is.
And he
I think
wore
Lance
19
Allworth-
as a pro. What did he wear as a Razorback?
Oh gosh, 23, I believe.
That was Lighthouse Harry too. Jones.
Yeah.
23.
I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one.
This from Jimmy and Roland by way of our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. He says, that's not true. Clyde Scott was okay with letting Steve Little wear the number. Frank called him and told him they were going to bring it out of retirement for Little. He never asked any questions. Scott was not thrilled about it.
Now that I never heard it that way. I heard Scott gave his permission. That's the only thing I've heard. Now maybe that person's hearing it from Clyde Scott's perspective, and I heard it from Coach Broyle's perspective. And maybe they have different perspectives. But I'm told he gave permission. Actually, Lon Farrell, who was the longtime assistant AD, is the guy who was recruiting Steve Little, and he's the one that told me that Clyde Scott gave him permission to do that. So whether Clyde said, hey, that's great, I'm happy to do it, or whether he wasn't, I don't know. But I know he agreed. That's all I know.
Trey, what should be the process in someone wearing, in this case, an honored number? As an example, you got Cam Ball. No arguments with Cam. But you got an incoming freshman?
Yeah, freshman receiver.
Why not some other Arkansan? To me, this needs to be significant. Whoever is wearing this number, this is significant. If any other numbers are retired like that, same song. If I'm an incoming freshman, as an example, right now at the University of Arkansas, and I'm playing basketball, I wouldn't want number 10.
Why not?
Well,
not unless I'm thinking I'm pretty doggone good.
Well, if you're number 10 and that's the number you wore and you think you're pretty good, you're not going to be intimidated by it. And you may not even know who wore it.
Well, then they need a history lesson then. But anyway,
I don't think that numbers should be retired.
I'm not arguing about that. I'm saying honored.
Honored, sure, of course. Darren McFadden's number should be honored, and it's overdue. But you know, if recruiting in a lot of ways, and I know recruiting's changed, and it's all about Benjamins and stuff, but in a lot of ways, recruiting, you know, you're going to tell like a kid, like you can't wear number 1 because we're saving that, or you can't wear number 5 because, you know, we're only so and so, you know, somebody who's, you know, accomplished this or that can wear number 5. I don't think that that's going to benefit the program in any way by holding that number away from, you know, recruits who might want to wear what, you know, is a very popular number. 5 is a very popular number to recruits, and they, you know, they care more about numbers now than maybe what people used to, but, you know, they do care. So I honor the number. I like the idea of putting the patch on there. You want to wear 5, you know, you can wear it with a Darren McFadden patch on there because he was a great player, and you got a lot to live up to. I like that better than saying, you know, we're only going to give it to so-and-so. You know, the thing that Pine Bluff does, I think, is actually pretty cool, though, at the same time with, and I don't know if anybody corrected me if I was wrong on that, but, you know, giving 19 to the best player, I think that's a cool deal. But I don't know if I would do that a lot. Maybe one number. I think somebody, maybe Ole Miss does that with a number also.
7.
7, yeah. So I don't know that maybe one number, you know, as a tradition type of thing. Maybe that number's 5, but I certainly wouldn't do it with a lot of those low numbers.
All right, this again from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from Chainsaw Dave. Asked Trey, can we have confidence in the quality of our receivers this year, since evidently we didn't use Tesla much and his skills were better than others as proven by the NFL draft? How could the coaches be so far off in his talent and not taking advantage of it? What's to prevent that happening again? Who is to blame for not recognizing that? We can't afford mistakes like that this year, I feel.
Yeah. You're gonna miss on guys here and there. You're gonna make mistakes. You know, Petrino, there's been players that came through when he was there that he seemed to really like that, you know, I didn't understand why. You know, but there was also guys that he recognized that were going to be great players, and he hit on them. You know, football can sometimes be tricky, but obviously it feels a little criminal that Tesla wasn't out there, and, you know, you had other guys that really struggled to catch the ball that were out there. I mean, I was stunned like anybody. I knew Tesla's numbers were outrageously good, one of the best wide receiver combines ever. I still didn't think he would be a third-round draft pick, so that was surprising.
But he tested so well.
He tested off the charts. 39.5-inch vertical, 4.43 40. He was 6'3.5" or so, 215. I mean, he had great numbers, and he catches everything. He catches
good hands.
I mean, Tesla caught. I mean, he was, to me, he's up there when you talk about, you know, Traylon Burks, Peyton Hillis, DJ Williams, Isaac Tesla. I think he's in that conversation of guys that just had outrageously good hands and caught everything. So as far as this group of wide receivers, it is a different bunch. It's not as hulking as that last group. That last group was very tall overall. So it's a different group. And I've said before, I think that they have reliable pass catchers among that group. I hate that Ismail Cece is going to miss the season because I feel like he was a guy that could help them as one of those very reliable targets. But I feel like they've got guys that, you know, aren't going to disappoint you when the ball gets there. and we saw some of that last year. I just don't know that I don't know if there's a stud out there. That's what it comes down to for me. Is there a guy that's just better, and
there needs to be.
I just don't know that this team has that.
There needs to be, because that's Petrino's deal, is feed the studs, right?
Feed the studs,
He needs to find one or two, yeah.
Yeah, but having said that, again, Andrew Armstrong, as good as he was last year, not drafted.
Yeah.
Matt Landers, really good player here, not drafted. There's quite a list of really good wide receivers at Arkansas who, weren't drafted. Anthony Eubanks wasn't drafted. J.J. Metter's not drafted. George Wilson not drafted. Drew Morgan, Keon Hatcher. Those are all very good wide receivers. You'd take all those guys. If I told you that's the receiver core, you'd be like, oh, let's go. So, you kind of have to take that into account. There's not like this illustrious list of Arkansas wide receivers, but there have been guys that have come through here that have been really, really good. Just not good enough in the eyes of the NFL for one reason or another.
Trey, is it absolute that CC is out for the season?
Probably out for the season. He's got ligaments and bones and all kinds of stuff in the wrist.
Okay. All right, bud. We'll talk with you tomorrow. Look forward to hearing.
Yep. Bye, guys.
A wrap up on that tomorrow. That's Trey Biddy, HawkSports.com, being brought to you by Chris Crane Hyundai.
Fun Hump Day edition of Morning Mayhem is in the books. The guys are live from Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood tomorrow. Melinda Mayo stops by. Joe Klein will be on the show. And a whole lot more fun coming your way. Live from Fletcher Dodge, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on 103.7 The Buzz. It's Morning Mayhem.
The Arkansas Poultry Federation presents Wingstock 2025, Saturday, August 16th from noon to 2 at Simmons Bank Arena. Indulge in all-you-can-eat chicken wings featured by local restaurants and vendors dishing up their best wing to compete for the People's Choice Award and the coveted Golden Wing Award. Plus, a variety of domestic and craft beers available for purchase, music, giveaways, and more. Tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com. Brought to you in part by KARK4, Fox 16, 103.7 The Buzz, and The Point 94.1.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. It's the end of the month and we've got to sell 21 new vehicles before Thursday night. So Frank Fletcher told us to do whatever it takes to make a deal. Get 1.9% financing for up to 72 months on select Ram models. Buy with zero down and available sales tax paid. Up to $15,000 off all new Ram 1500 Laramies. Up to $7,000 off all new Jeep Wranglers and up to $8,000 off the all new Jeep Gladiator, and also up to $5,000 off a brand new Jeep Compass. It's the end of the month and we've got to sell 21 new vehicles before Thursday night. Employee pricing continues through July. You pay what we pay and you get all the rebates. And also, don't worry about your credit. If you've had credit problems in the past, go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-qualified in minutes. Then come in and pick your new car out. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us before Thursday night at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Lost in the real estate jungle? Boundary or easement dispute? Title problem? Hire Lion Legal. When in war, you need to roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Mo Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for for weekly specials. Stop by anytime where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex and you'll always hear us say, "Welcome to Moe's."
This is your last chance to save up to 40% off during the Summer of 1,000 engagement sale going on at Robert Irwin Jewelers. With any purchase of $24.99 or more, get a free Yeti Tundra cooler. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Irwin Jewelers, or online at rijewelers.com. Sale ends Saturday.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. You've got Drive Time Sports locked in on the Buzz Radio Network. Here is Randy Rainwater.
This is right down Rick's alley. He has talked about how much he loves the triple option. Well, Double F said this should probably be named the Rick Triple Option Special.
Really?
Because you have 3 options. You have the 6-ounce filet with the famous, world-famous rolls with that mound of butter. You get the David Basil. They've renamed this too. The David Basil canoe-size baked potatoes and salad bar. Here's your first option. Or you can get the 8-ounce salmon, oven roasted, cooked to perfection. And you get 3 of the world famous fried shrimp. 3 of those. Big as your hand. Then you get the world famous rolls. Again, mound of butter. Salad bar. Now, those 2 choices, I feel like I've got the band playing in my ears. Thump, 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 thump. $29.50. $29.50. That is your choice between the 6-ounce filet or the 8-ounce salmon. Now, here's the third phase of the option. Now we get to that triple threat. 8-ounce filet. Those world-famous rolls, mound of butter. The canoe-sized baked potato. And the salad bar, $39.50. So you've got 3 options. 3 options. Why not get them all? 8-ounce filet, 8-ounce salmon, or the 8-ounce filet. And there's only $10 difference between the 8-ounce filet and the 6-ounce filet. You're going to get the rolls, you're going to get the baked potato, you're going to get the salad bar, $10 more. You can get 8 ounces compared to 6 ounces. That's $29.50. Or you can get the 8-ounce salmon. That's a deal, folks, and it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Not tonight. I'll say that tomorrow. But this is one heck of a deal. Once again, Double F has stepped up, and he has provided this triple option special, Rick Schaeffer special, at the Riverfront Steakhouse, Wyndham Hotel in North Little Rock.
I feel like we're missing an opportunity with Schaeffer and Shapur. There needs to be some kind of...
Oh, now you got Uncle Rick.
Yep.
But some one of those options is $10 more, right?
Yeah, the 8-ounce filet.
So if both people do it, it's $10 too, right?
The future's so bright. Got to wear shades.
Wow.
By the way,
Rick, it's amazing what a vacation will do. You'll just...
Do you remember the phone number,
Mr.
Mr. Schaeffer, 371-9000? Okay.
Okay, 371-9000. That's a good one. I do want to say that last Thursday night, which was a tremendous night for the Buzz and having Bobby Petrino there and Taylor Green, I thought what Petrino and Green both said about Frank Fletcher was really, really nice. And I think Frank was probably embarrassed by it, by asking him to do that. But here's what I really loved for, if you hadn't brought this up Friday or the last 2 days on the show. When Taylor Green was talking about Frank Fletcher, this is what NIL should be.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Fletcher is coaching him on business.
Absolutely,
He's coaching him on what he can do when football's over. And, Taylor Green hopes to play football for a while. But he talked about it. He says, hey, football's not going to last forever. He's teaching me about investments, the market, and teaching me how to be a successful businessman, which is what he wants to be. And I thought that was fantastic.
Yep.
Really did. And I wish more guys would take advantage of what, and maybe they are, I don't know, but to take advantage of that situation and say, hey, this is going to make me better. Yeah, it's nice to have some money right now, but this is going to make me better and set me up for a good life, whether there's a lot of money today or not.
Should always have a backup plan.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I thought Bobby, I said this, I thought Bobby stole the show. Some of his comments, and particularly in some light-hearted moments, but I thought the best part was when you had DJ Williams, who had the video clips. I don't know, Rick, you may have still been around for that.
Right at the end of that. Yeah.
Okay. That, I thought, was one of the best segments that we've ever had.
It was very
on
good.
Countdown to Kickoff. And just watching the dynamics that was going on between Coach Petrino and his pupil, Talon Green, those dynamics were, I mean, they were special. I mean, it was unique.
How about the coach with Talon Green sitting right there? Bobby Petrino said, this is going to be one of the best players in college football. And so you look at these ratings, and they rate him 7th or 8th in the SEC, and I'm thinking, really? He's better than that.
But see, I think for the novice football player, because Trey was just talking about receivers, maybe the receiving core is not there. See, when you watch the game, like I see players running open all over the field last year, which you couldn't get on the ball.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what the receiving core is like if you can't get the ball to him.
Yeah.
And so does he make that improvement?
I'll bet he does.
Well, Bobby said he also liked the offensive line. He didn't promise that they were going to be great. He didn't say we're going to have several future All-Pros, but he said
bigger and better.
Right, bigger and better. So you got to protect him. That goes first. You got to protect Talon Green. You got to give him an opportunity. There was one specific play where I think because of pressure, he held on to the ball when he should have. I think it was against A&M. They ran a rub route, and he was asked, Talon was asked, did you hold the ball? He said, yes, I did. And then Bobby jumped in and said, well, look at this left tackle. I mean, he totally whiffed, and this defender is bearing down. He might not have gotten there to the point that he could have either batted the pass down or otherwise. Now, I'm adding a few things now, but bottom line was, as he was stepping in to throw the ball, the defender was coming down on him. So he held the ball and probably thought, if I don't throw it on target, it's going to be picked off. It's going to be a pick six. So, and we've heard this 1,000 times. In fact, I'm not sure how many times I heard this just back even in high school. Okay, all 10 of you guys can do it right, but you one guy, you do it wrong, you mess up, you can mess up the entire play. You realize that? You one player. If you don't do your job, you destroy what all those other 10 guys from doing right. How many times have I heard that? Good gracious. And sure enough, one guy, he misses the block. Everybody else is doing their job. And that right tackle whiffs, or the left tackle misses, whatever it may be. Somebody takes the wrong step in the offensive line. Now you got all of a sudden this huge hole that a linebacker goes pouring through. I mean, it's one player can mess up the play entirely. So this from our D3, pardon me, Auto Sales Buzz text line from the 870. Dan Hampton is in the College Football Hall of Fame, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
And his numbers, again, you're not going to retire numbers. But, yep, he's 86. He's not that old. That was his number.
Yeah. And then this from our D3 Auto Sales. Man, if he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. You may have seen this the other day. Traylon Burks goes up to catch a pass.
Yeah.
Comes down on his shoulder. Broken collarbone. Tennessee has released him.
Now, I'm assuming they're still responsible for his...
I'm assuming they will pay for it.
For taking care of his doctor care, every surgery, whatever he needs,
And I'm guessing they'll have some kind of injury settlement if they're releasing him.
Yeah.
Now, he's technically on waivers, which means any other club, any of the 31 clubs could pick him up. I think he'll get a job. It may be when the season starts. It may be even after the season starts. I think he'll catch on with someone. I think it'd be in his best interest, in Tennessee's best interest, though, if they parted ways, period, and he moved on. But says in our D3 Auto Sales, Tennessee Titans moving forward on Traylon Burks. Hope the best for him. What team should he try to go to now? It is amazing at this stage already the number of receivers, players in general, who are going down. In training camp, for most cases, it just started, but they're going. I mean, that's part of the game. There's going to be injuries.
I wonder what Turnage's take is. Tomorrow we're going to have Chris Turnage on, the agent, what his take on all this would be.
Well, because Rick, we were talking. Someone called in. We were talking about football popularity versus basketball, and I will say baseball is in a very safe spot too. We're talking about professional because of guaranteed contracts. Baseball and basketball professionally have guaranteed contracts,
and you're seeing more and more, and that was the reason why the NFLPA sued the National Football League, because they felt like there was some collusion that was going on, where teams were not wanting to pay.
Right.
They kind of did a rash of them for a while, and then they started kind of resisting. And some cases you might only see 1 year guaranteed, but in some cases, if they're making, let's say, 160 million, quote, making 160 million, only 51 or pick out your number of it is actually guaranteed. The rest of it, you got to earn it.
Yeah,
got to earn it. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from the 870. Wouldn't the freshman wearing number 5 already been given that number in the summer before they decided to add the patch for DMAC? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we have seen the rosters where already numbers have been assigned before this ever came to any effect. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Wouldn't they be allowed to do like Jackie Robinson Day and MLB, have all the players number 15, wear number 15 for one game to honor Ryan Mallett? No. You'll never see that in football.
No. And Ryan Mallett's deceased. There are other players that died young. Jackie Robinson, that's a whole different deal. That's what happened with him affected America. Not just baseball, it affected America. That's why they do that for Jackie Robinson.
One day only, number 42.
Yeah.
And the last one to wear that was Rivera.
Mariano Rivera.
And now there won't be another.
Right.
That was it. Once he retired, that number is now retired from professional baseball, period. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line with the 501. Ole Miss gives number 38 to honor Chucky Mullins.
Chucky Mullins, that's
who
right.
passed after an injury during the game.
That's right.
And that is a special number for Ole Miss, number 38. All right, when we come back, nope, not quite yet. I was about to say stay tuned for Casey Dick. He's coming up at the top of the hour. So we got one more segment before we hear from Casey Dick. Drive Time Sports will continue.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Drive Time Sports by Aero Truck Sales. Find them online at aerotruck.com.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep. You know, I saw an ad the other day and I thought, no wonder people don't trust car dealers. I looked up the discount they were offering that was $20,000 off, only to find out they put a $12,000 to $15,000 lift kit on this truck, marked it up $38,000, and then said they're taking $20,000 off. Make that make sense in somebody's head. Folks, come check us out. RedRiverRam.com. See why we're Arkansas's #1 Ram dealer, or make that beautiful drive right here to Heber Springs.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Elvis Presley Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
So Restaurant and Bar is open under new management. Original chef Joseph Salguero is back with a unique menu. So Restaurant and Bar has been around since 2006 in the heart of Wooded Rock's historic Hillcrest neighborhood on Kavanaugh Boulevard. Experience fine dining right in your backyard. They offer 3 separate event spaces or the ability to rent out the restaurant for any type of event or party, plus multiple catering options. View their menu, make reservations, or rent their event space at SoRestaurantAR.com. SoRestaurantAR.com. Chicago Cubs pitcher and Conway native Jordan Wicks gets in the zone with Justin and DJ each week. Brought to you by Crane Buick GMC of Conway. Crane serves with the best customer service, whether you shop online or visit in person. Crane Buick GMC of Conway. Stop by today.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. You've got Drive Time Sports locked in on the Buzz Radio Network. Here is Randy Rainwater.
Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer, Bart Reid, thanks to Martin Orthopedics. I'm Randy Rainwater. We always say double B's where you gas it, grab it, and go. Had the perfect example today. Needed gas. So, pulled into double B's. Had to go to Searcy today. Take care of some business. A couple of doctor's appointments. Looked at my gas gauge, said, uh-oh, I need gas. Well, I'd already made one run early this morning. This was more mid-morning, but I still needed gas. So I knew that this was one of the delis. And I wanted to make sure that I went inside after I gassed. And I wanted to make sure that maybe, just maybe, they had some of those Big Rock pizzas, which they did. And so I thought, how many slices is going to be sufficient? So I ended up getting, maybe I shouldn't tell the number. Anyway, I got 4 slices. And these are big slices. And there was Chester's chicken. I thought, I could take that home with me. That could be maybe dinner. Not realizing that I would have Eat My Catfish. But I'm thinking, I mean, this is good stuff. That Supreme is good quality pizza. That is the Big Rock pizza that you'll find at your local Double B's. And I also picked up a few other items while I was in there. And it was hot, blazing hot at that time. No rain had brought any kind of relief at that particular point. So I made sure that I got a couple of snacks, some water, that core hydration water, 2 for $5. So be sure, don't just take for granted. All I'm going to do is go stop here at Double B's. I'm going to gas up real quick. By the way, if you use your Exxon credit card, you can save some money at the pump, 10 cents a gallon. And take time to go inside and check out all the great monthly specials. This month, wow, once again, flying by. July's almost coming to its close, so be sure and check out all the July specials. Where Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go. Make it Double B's. Let's see. No, there is a receiver, Cissee. He was a young man who injured his wrist. And this from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Randy, CC, you mean Crutchfield? No.
No, it's Cissee, like Cisse, right?
Yeah, Cissee,
That's
I think.
his name. He's not a sissy, he's Cissee.
CC, okay. But no, that wasn't Crutchfield that ended up being injured. This again from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from the 870. I say don't retire any number, just honor on the field and rafters. Patch is cool too. Special players get to wear numbers is good.
Yeah, totally agree.
This one, boy, you're talking about injuries. Oh my gosh. The young man, David, I'm going to blank on his last name for UCA, David Walker from Stuttgart. And he was finally drafted. This was like a 3-time All-American. I mean, he was a difference maker every year for UCA. Said, yeah, sorry, Arkansas. UCA defensive linebacker that got drafted by the Tampa Bay Bucks, David Walker. Oh, okay. Yeah, David Walker tore his ACL on the first day of training camp. Already speaking on season-ending injuries. God bless him. He's from my hometown of Stuttgart, Arkansas. Yeah. And they talked highly of him, David Walker.
They've had some good ones in Stuttgart, haven't they?
Oh, my goodness, yes. Otis Lloyd, that bunch.
Laddermill.
Yep. This Casey Dick is the last Arkansas quarterback that will be a SEC West champion quarterback. Hadn't really thought of that. Casey Dick, last one. Speaking of NFL training camps, we talked about this, Rick, the other day. I still can't figure this process out. The only thing that makes sense to me is when I read this, the story all the way through, and this was a report on Micah Parsons, Dallas Cowboys, great defensive end. Here's what the headline was. Cowboys, Micah Parsons talks have, quote, gone backwards.
Really?
Not forward, not sideways, backwards.
That's not a good deal.
Alan Schaeffer of ESPN said the two sides are moving in the wrong direction. Yahoo Sports said that they're further away from a deal. The two sides have gone backwards, not forwards. I don't think they're speaking very much these days, if at all.
Wow.
This negotiation, when it was a negotiation, has gone sideways. It's not a negotiation right now. There's really no conversation about getting a deal done. This could change next week. It could change shortly before the season. We've seen how long Dallas sometimes waits on some of these deals. See CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott from last season. Then I read the rest of the stories, the old saying goes. The Cowboys have an offer on the table that won't be changing. Parsons can either take it or play under his fifth-year option of just $24 million and then resume talks after the season.
$24 million. I think you could probably talk me into playing for that. This because the whole thing with the salaries is such a pride thing. Can you imagine thinking $24 million's not enough? Can you imagine that? I don't care how good you are. And get it guaranteed. If you can get it guaranteed, then even if you get hurt, you got it. $24 million.
Oh, but then you got T.J. Watts, similar player.
So-
he's only making $42 million.
So what?
I can't let
what?
him. I can't let him outmake me.
That's what I'm telling you. It's a pride thing. So what? $24 million's not enough because somebody else is making more. Well, guess what? Other than the top guy at every position, somebody's always going to be making more than you are.
That's right.
So why do we have to be unhappy? They don't respect me. Really? They're going to pay you $24 million and they don't respect you? Are you kidding me? If they don't respect you, they'd say, we don't want you. Or, hey, take it or leave it, and if you don't play this year, who cares? That's don't respect. They're going to pay you $24 million, and you won't even talk to them?
No, I don't think it's the Cowboys talking to Parsons more than Parsons not talking to the Cowboys. I mean, I think they've made their offer.
Well, if they made an offer of $24 million, then who?
No. That's what he's going to play under this year.
Okay,
because
great.
it's his 5th year.
Then what discussion is necessary? So look, I'm going to pay for $24 million. If you don't want to sign me after that, I'm a free agent.
It's called an extension. They
Isn't
want
that
their
right?
they want their extension now.
But hold on. If he doesn't sign an extension, he's a free agent, right? And then he's out in the open market, and he can get whatever the best offer is. So go have a great year for Dallas. Make $24 million. And if you're that good, then maybe somebody will pay you more next year.
How do two sides not sit down and have a discussion if you're paying a guy $24
I don't know. I don't know.
It's incredible.
It is incredible, no matter what sport.
Yeah.
It's really unbelievable.
I caught myself. You see that, Rick? I caught myself.
Okay, coming up next, Casey Dick, former University of Arkansas.
I bet he'd take $24 million.
I think I'd take $24 million. Casey Dick, now former Arkansas quarterback, now head coach of the Fayetteville Bulldogs. Stay tuned.
This could be your lucky day. Entries are open now for the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Little Rock. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors and openers of their choice. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Little Rock. Enter now at overheaddooroflittlerock.com. You can't win if you don't enter. Overheaddooroflittlerock.com.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Catch the buzz on all our social media platforms, presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. They're your pool and spa chemical headquarters. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Our guys aren't so bad, right?
This is taking unsportsmanlike conduct to a whole new...
Well, maybe not. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock.
In an update for you, 2 people are now in custody for a deadly shooting in a Little Rock apartment complex. Man was killed in the parking lot of the Westbridge Apartments on the Bet Manor Drive Monday afternoon. Police have since arrested 22-year-old Travian Howard and 19-year-old Jamar Perkins. They're both facing capital murder charges. That deadly shooting was the 4th murder on the Bet Manor Drive in a little over a year, and those living at the Westbridge Apartments are concerned. One resident says she doesn't feel safe because of how many gunshots she hears. When asked about the violence, apartment managers had no comment. Police say the complex has its own security since it's a private property, but that doesn't calm the nerves of those who live there. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buck Radio Network.
Are you
you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Joel Young.
It'll be another warm, muggy start to your Wednesday. Temperatures starting out around 79 or 80, then quickly heating up during the day with partly sunny skies. We reach 98 in the afternoon, but it will likely feel like 108 to 110 and maybe a stray shower here and there. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Joel Young.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. Hello folks, it's Frank Fletcher, and today I want to talk to you about Fletcher Dodge, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, Ford, and Hyundai. I bet you didn't know you could have any of those makes in your driveway for less. Our Dodge store here in Sherwood is just one of our 9 stores in the Fletcher Auto Company. We represent 10 automobile brands. You probably didn't know our Honda store in Bentonville is the largest Honda store in the state. So when you need a new vehicle, go to our website, FletcherAuto.com. You can shop all of our inventory online. It's easy, folks. You can shop from your phone or at home. We have the Dodge, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, Ford, Jeep, Chrysler, and Hyundai. Just pick out the vehicle you want and we'll deliver it right to your door for the best price anywhere. They can handle the trade-in, appraisal, and financing. Just ask for the sales manager and start smiling. So for the best deal anywhere, shop FletcherAuto.com and give us a chance to earn your business. Thank you.
It's Justin Aker for CertaPro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now, again, at CertaPro.com.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryan, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Arkansas is blessed with abundant rainfall, making our state a verdant landscape. Even if it rains more than usual, which it does sometimes, don't complain. Years ago, I was preaching in West Texas, and the farmer leading the benediction was interrupted by a thunderclap and a deluge from the heavens. He got choked up, thanked God, and said amen. It had not rained there for over 2 months. Sometimes we forget how dependent we are on the blessings of the Almighty. Double B celebrates another of God's good gifts, ice cream. In Cabot and Clinton, Mr. B's hand-dipped flavors are ready to add flavor to your life. In our other stores, the wide array of choices will dazzle. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Hey, it's Chuck the Promo Guy. Join me every Tuesday morning at 8:30 for Check In with Chuck, brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports in Russellville. And get caught up with everything that's going on at the Buzz. It's brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo. Whether you're on the road, on the water, or in the trails, they have the ride for you.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over 10 years ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison, Arkansas Municipal Equipment specializes in refuse and recycle equipment. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, and roll-off dumpsters. But they don't just sell it to you. You can get parts and service for all makes and models for refuse equipment. Their technicians travel the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
Aero Truck Sales has been in business in North America for 75 years. They are dedicated to helping truck drivers, owner-operators, and fleet managers find the high-quality used semi-trucks that they need to grow their business. Their on-site financing team provides flexible financing options and comprehensive warranty and protection plans. Plus, their attached shop provides convenient and efficient reconditioning. Visit Aero Truck Sales at 12101 Eanes Road, North Little Rock, or view their inventory at arrowtruck.com.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 3 of Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city. And Rick, we are honored to be joined by Casey Dick, former University of Arkansas quarterback and now head football coach of the Fayetteville Purple Dogs. But first, Casey, I want to say thank you for coming down to Countdown to Kickoff. That was a lot of fun and had a great time. You, along with Chris Gregg, we had the privilege of sitting down and visiting with you, asking you some questions. And we just want to say again, thank you for coming down and being part of Countdown to Kickoff.
Liked it so much, he's speechless.
Now, I don't know why that's not working.
Is he on the line?
We got Richard on the line, but not Casey. Casey's the next segment, right?
Wow!
Oh, yeah, there you go.
No wonder silence was golden.
That was that was really, really good.
Can you do it again next segment?
I'll bet you can. Hey, did you record that?
Yeah, record
that,
everything.
Kramer? Yeah, just play it again at 6:30.
Boy, Richard, do I feel like a dummy. Hello,
Yes.
Richard Davenport, Arkansas
yeah.
Democrat Gazette, and HoHogSports.com. Richard, I didn't realize you were such a great quarterback at one time at the University of Arkansas.
Yeah, and I threw that block to help EMAC take it all the way against LSU. So it's
I have been wondering about that all these years, why you took that risk as a quarterback to try to make that kind of block. I mean, it turned out to be a great block that resulted in the touchdown, but man, that had to be courageous upon your part.
Well, what can I say? I'm just a team player.
Okay. Well, let me wipe the egg off my face and we'll start again. Did you enjoy your vacation, by the way?
Yeah, it was good. It's always good to get ready, and relax a little bit for the season, with football and basketball. So, yeah, definitely.
Well, we're on the eve. It starts tomorrow, does it not, with Sam Pittman?
Yeah, and gosh, you're getting older when you're walking outside when it's 96 degrees outside, and the heat index of 100 plus, and you're going, man, those guys have got to practice in this. But it's just something that they're ready to do. I mean, obviously they're in great shape, and but a lot of times they will go inside in a situation like that. So it's great to have the indoor and have it to where it's even air conditioned now. So that's even better.
All right, Richard, there was a wave, and I do mean wave of commitments that just seemingly it was one after another after another. In fact, I guess right now it's 26 in holding for the class of 2026. So are you expecting any movement between now and the actual start of the season, or do you think things are going to be quiet now, maybe on this recruiting front, high school-wise, for Arkansas?
Well, I think you may have one coming up, and I'll be honest with you, just because I've been on vacation, I really haven't done any digging, but there may be one coming up, but I don't really want to speculate this right now. But I think they're pretty much done until later in the later in the year where they may add a few guys here or there, but they may add a running back and maybe another DB or something like that. But they're pretty much done at just about every position.
Speaking of, I guess this would be considered flips, trying to get someone to flip at this point, or is this still a uncommitted high school player? Can you comment on that?
I think the running back, and his name escapes my mind just because, like I said, just being on vacation and everything. But he's a high school kid, and not looking at the list or anything. But I think he's supposed to announce August 1st, which is just a couple of days away. So I think he's the next one that could possibly pull the trigger. But like I said, I just really haven't done much checking to see where Arkansas and he are right now as far as, as a possible match. But I think it probably looks pretty good just based on what I knew before, I went on vacation.
Is this the young man who had committed to Mississippi State?
No, you're talking about, I believe, Hill. I think, again, his name escapes me, but he's a kid who made an official visit in June, and I'll get you the name before we get off the air.
Okay. Well, I just, it seems like it went so fast and furious there for the better part of maybe a 60-day window, whatever it was, and then all of a sudden it just kind of comes to a screeching halt. I know we went into the dead period, and speaking of dead periods, Richard, when can visits resume?
They can resume later this month, whenever usually it's September 1, but if you have a game before September 1, they can visit if you have an on-campus game. So but really for pretty much for the most of August, it's a dead period, and unless you have a game like Arkansas does late in the month.
Yeah, August 30th is when Arkansas plays Alabama A&M. Would you expect that to be a big visit weekend?
Not really, because a lot of kids will still be practicing and having games, and plus it's most kids. Yeah, I mean they'll have some kids, probably. I'm guessing 30, 40 off the top of my head, but probably most of the kids will be wanting to attend some of the more attractive games later in the year.
The kids that have committed to like Oklahoma State or Oklahoma, whatever school, I'm talking about our in-state, like the young man up in Marion, I believe it is, the big defensive tackle. Do you think Arkansas?
Yeah, Danny Bill.
Yeah. Do you think Arkansas will continue to try to get those kids to flip back to Arkansas?
It could happen, but right now I'm not that optimistic. Again, when you're talking about the current climate, NIL and everything, I would probably lean to saying no. But you never say never. I think that they always will stay in touch with those kids in case something happens with say Oklahoma State or whoever. But I think for the most part, it's probably not going to happen.
That's a shame. You hate to see any kids leave, but at the same time, when it gets down to dollars and cents, you just have to understand that's the way the game is played. Are you? I guess this goes back to just talking with the kids, but are you getting any feedback on how settlement is beginning now to impact? Is it going to impact more maybe now the class of 2027 than it will even the class of 2026 when everything maybe starts to kind of level out the playing field with this settlement that's finally been determined?
Now that's what Coach Pittman has said, and it only makes sense if everybody is kind of on the same page as far as the amount of money that you can distribute. But at the same time, there are going to be some schools, especially like Texas and some of the richer schools, as far as alumni and NIL possibilities. They'll always have an advantage just because of the amount of businesses that they can rely on, and have NIL deals with the kids. Of course, it has to be, if it's over $600, it has to agreement. It has to be approved. But I think that schools like that will always have an advantage. But it should let you compete at a higher level than what it has been.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Really, to me, the two places that NIL is still going to be is the transfer portal. That's where I still think you're going to have a little bit of the wild, wild west if you're wanting to fill a gap or whatever it may be. I mean, you look at reports that we're reading now, and this all had to be done by July 1st, but Texas Tech spending upwards to $40 million on this class. I even saw a report, Richard, where Texas is reported to have spent $50 million on this particular upcoming season for football.
Yeah, I do know of not this particular year as far as this 25 class or anything like that, but a couple years ago, I do know that there was a transfer DB that Arkansas was hoping to get in for a visit, and the NIL deal for him to go to Texas was something that Arkansas just couldn't compete with. So again, Texas, let's face it, the amount of millionaires and alumni that they who have large bank accounts, they in Texas A&M and even SMU, it's hard for Arkansas to be able to compete. But hopefully the current situation, as far as the settlement, will level things out. But there'll always be an advantage for the bigger schools that, as we mentioned.
All right, in your circles, was any numbers that you could ever hear verified on behalf of Jimbo Fisher in that so-called $1 million per player class, whatever it was, that super class he put together? Did you ever hear an actual official number, what was spent on that class?
No, but I do know in talking to people close to Arkansas and recruiting that the numbers that supposedly that they were putting out, even to some of the kids that Arkansas was trying to compete, for, was pretty far out there. But I have not confirmed, any solid numbers or anything like that.
Yeah, that was the class that Nolan kid came in on, and I think ultimately because that class didn't succeed at the expectation level, what was spent ended up costing Jimbo Fisher his job. That shame they couldn't have used that $74 million that they paid him towards those.
Well, I mean, you just look at that. I mean, how many schools could do that? And that tells you what Arkansas was competing against, and probably still competing against when it comes to NIL. Very, very, very few schools could even come close to doing that. So that also translates well to what they can do NIL-wise.
So, Richard, when do you turn the page to the class of, hard to believe this, we're talking about 2027. When do you turn the page and start looking or assembling whatever that you do for the class of 2027?
Well, you're doing it right now. There's no doubt that you're in communication with those kids you're in communication with the 2028 class, a lot of the 2027s and the 2028s, and even some, believe it or not, some 2029s.
That's
will
unreal.
be visiting Arkansas this fall. So no, it's you're usually two to three. You're usually focusing on two classes besides the one you're currently recruiting. But at the same time, the 27 class right now will be even more so, just because Arkansas is pretty much done with the 26 class.
So you're saying this fall we're going to see 27, 28s, and maybe even 29s?
So 29s, and maybe even a 2030. Who knows? I mean, it's,
Wow.
Believe me, it's crazy. I wish that somehow that they would agree, or the NCAA would, all schools could agree on, just recruiting kids that are currently in high school instead of in middle school, which I think is pretty crazy. I think if we could just slow down a little bit, and I think it would do everybody good.
Do you think if they went to the one transfer portal date, let's say January the 12th, whatever it may be, somewhere in January, and if they would go back and they would limit one free transfer, do you believe that would help tremendously on putting the but the focus back on high school recruiting? I feel like high school recruiting now is so secondary.
It seems that way, and I agree. The problem with the high school, obviously, you can keep some of the kids, but for the most part, especially when you're recruiting each year, portal guys, the emphasis really is on the portal guys, and the development is almost back on the back burner, and the kids, usually don't have the patience to maybe wait 2 or 3 years like you usually had to do in the past. But with the portal the way it is, as far as the ability to transfer at any time, at least Coach Cow's talked about they ought to have kids ought to have one opportunity to transfer without limitations. I'd be all for that. I think it would definitely help, college athletics. I think it would help the kids long term too. And they may not agree on that, but right now. But most kids look short term instead of long term. So I'd love to see that. That would kind of help schools be able to retain kids a little bit more coming out of high school.
Who has been the main beneficiary? Have you seen influx? I realize if a player is outstanding at the D2 level, if he puts his name in the transfer portal, there's a chance he'll get a chance to move up to a Power 4 school. But where are you seeing? Because there's so many in the transfer portal that seemingly go unsigned, or at least by the Power 4 schools. Have you seen a trickle down? Where are these young men trickling down to? What level are you seeing where they're eventually settling at what level?
Well, you can just look at it. Arkansas's the latest, transfer class that's currently on campus. You got guys from UAB. You got guys from several mid majors that go to those schools. That probably, if it was like it used to be, they might not have had to go to those schools, but because of the portal, a lot of times kids have to trickle down to lower level mid majors, FCS schools, and then try to impress and try to get back up to the Power 4. But that's you see that especially in Arkansas's class. You got so many guys that didn't sign with Power 4 schools, but now because they developed at the lower level schools that they were at, that they're able to get the attention of Arkansas and other schools.
Speaking of that class of 2027, do you know in state how many targets you think Arkansas may be evaluating?
Oh, well, I think again, just being on vacation and everything, I'm trying to think off the top of my head the number of in-state guys as far as 2027 that has offers from Arkansas. I would guess about 5 or 6 have offers, but obviously there'll be more possibly as other kids develop, but. I would say at this early in the stage, I would probably say about 5 or 6 maybe.
Now, Richard, what is the date in which the university can actually mail out those offers? When is it? August 1st or is it September 1st?
I think it's September 1st. So much has changed over the last few years. When certain dates that you used to be able to pinpoint as far as recruiting, they've kind of changed. They kind of and sometimes it's not publicized, and it's kind of hard to even know. But I still think it's September 1 for underclassmen when they get their
for the Zone on Thursday. We'll be back in the Oakwan Hot Springs studio, and we'll be able to talk about NFL football, preseason football at least. In the second hour, we'll have Dr. Lawrence O'Malley join us to talk about sports injuries. We'll also be joined by Wooded Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. to talk about what's happening in the city. It's all that and much more Thursday in the Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and light maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. Got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Hey Arkansas, it's Terry Harrison at the Big Lot, where you'll find the biggest selection, the biggest savings, and now you'll find Big Steve Landers.
That's right, Arkansas. I'm back in the car business at the Big Lot. Don't be confused. The real Steve Landers deals are at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram.
Come see me and Big Steve at the Big Lot. Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alco Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter Agent Christy Pettit in Maumelle, Chad Kesterson in Arkadelphia, or Bo Beavis in Cabot today.
It's Gwatney Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year, and it's been so hot, we're cranking up the deals through the end of the month. Save up to $14 grand on new Silverados, the all-new 2025 Trax, in stock and starting under $20,000. Used vehicles from just $69.95 or $255 a month. No payments till November and 0% interest available. Rush to Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville or shop now at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Drive Time Sports in the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer. I'm Randy Rainwater. The financial professionals at First Security are big fans of Arkansas. That's right. And that's because they're Arkansas-owned and Arkansas-focused. They take care of communities just like they take care of customers. So whatever better means to you, you're going to find more of it at First Security. It is Arkansas's community bank. First Security is all about taking care of customers and making life better right here in Arkansas. So more people can buy a home, run a business, and a whole lot more. Check them out at fsbank.com. That's First Security Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, only in Arkansas. That's First Security Bank. And then speaking of only in Arkansas, how about Honda of Russellville? That's Arkansas's #1 dealer. And they will not be undersold. And they have not the Ohio State, but the largest new Honda inventory in the state. For motorcycles, scooters, ATVs, and side-by-sides, available now exclusively at Honda of Russellville, is the 50th anniversary Gold Wing trikes. Just got a huge shipment of Gold Wing bikes. And check out the Honda of Russellville Mud Pro Series ATVs and Mud Slayer editions, including the Honda Pioneers and Talons from mild to wild. They'll have exactly what you're looking for in stock now and priced to sell. Honda of Russellville, the Whataburger exit 81 off of I-40, or check out the inventory at hondaofrussellville.com or on Facebook. Just kind of taking my time thinking that light would flash and we would have the young man that I gave such a wonderful introduction a few moments ago. And he's not there.
Yeah, I don't have the number to get a hold of him.
I do. He was supposed to call us, but that's okay. But
if you forward it to me, I'll call him.
So we thought 6:05. You gave such a great introduction at 6:05. You're ready at 6:30, and maybe Kramer, you could just call Casey and play that introduction for him to show that we really want him on, and that way he'd feel good about coming on the show.
I know I will have to bear that for a while, but that's okay.
No, it's okay. You did well. We just didn't get him.
Okay, let's see. There, do that. Do this. Do that. Do this.
I wish people on the stream could actually see you working your phone. They just see you looking down. There you go.
He can't tell. I'm not gonna give his number away. No.
I got it. I'll get a hold of him.
Okay, here is. How much, Rick, do you remember of Rhett Lashley?
Well, I remember him at Shiloh Christian. He was very, very good. And then he obviously didn't do much at Arkansas, went elsewhere. Then he was an assistant coach for Gus Malzahn and felt like he had to separate himself from Gus so people would think that he was a good offensive coordinator. It wasn't just being there with Gus. And then he's risen through the ranks, and there he is, head coach at SMU, and they were in the college playoff last year. So that's just a brief synopsis.
Yeah. Well, he's been making.
I also know his mom and his stepdad, if you want me to go. So.
Okay. Never mind. Never mind. We'll save that conversation because I want you to go through the introduction, Rick, because I used up all my energy a few moments ago. So, Rick, would you like to introduce Casey Dick?
What does that have to do with Rhett Lashley?
Well, I know I don't have time for. I want to talk to Casey instead.
Okay.
I didn't have Casey.
Well, we've got Casey Dick, whose last pass as an Arkansas Razorback beat LSU in Magic Markham 2, or whatever we want to call it, and he did a great job last Thursday night. Casey, I thought that you outlined what it's like to play for Bobby Petrino superbly. Other than talking about the times you felt like, I wish I could hide in the closet while he's yelling at me. But other than that, you did a great job, and I thought it was magnificent that you were there Thursday.
I appreciate you guys for having me. A funny story about me and Rhett Lashley. Rhett Lashley actually hosted me on my official visit to Arkansas, so Rhett and I go way back.
Wow. You talk to him these days at all?
Yeah, we still talk quite a bit, actually, just kind of touching base, and he'll reach out to me every now and then, and I'll call him. So, I mean, we have a pretty good relationship.
Do you give him a play or two, and does he give you a play or two to utilize?
He does more giving me plays than I do giving him stuff.
That's pretty funny. Well, he was good. You were obviously better. You talked about the other night, you went through some real drama at Arkansas and only had 1 year under Bobby Petrino. And I'm sure you love playing for Houston Nutt, too, but would you have loved to have had a second year under Petrino?
I would have loved having a second and third year. As I kind of alluded to, trying to learn that offense in your first year is really like trying to learn a foreign language. So, it's very intricate. And then obviously the more time that you spend doing something, the more comfortable that you become in it. And I think over the course of Coach Petrino's quarterbacks, you look at year 1 to year 2, and those numbers are pretty staggering in every offensive category that is out there, as far as improvement or ball security or touchdown scores or red zone efficiency, any of that stuff. So, like I told him, the most important thing is you'll see total initiatives to understand why he's supposed to go, where he's supposed to be going, which will also end up faster with in return make everybody better around him. So that's the thing I'm most excited to watch him do.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to talk to Taylor Green much, either before or after you all were on stage?
Yeah, we met last year. He actually came to the high school a couple of times and threw the ball around with us a little bit. So I mean,
really?
we have a pretty good relationship going. And like I said, he's the most down to earth, one of the most kind people I've probably ever met. But just really tried to do a deep dive and really get to know people. So we've got a pretty good relationship and actually grew up about 2 minutes away from each other. And obviously I'm a lot older than him, but right around the corner. So that was something we found out just through conversations with him as we grew up about 2 minutes from each other. That was just kind of another thing we had in common.
I have heard great things about what he's doing leadership-wise and has ever since the end of last season. Are you hearing that, and what do you think of his leadership abilities?
Number one, I think he does a great job of demanding things from his players, but doing it in a way that's not demeaning, which is a huge difference, especially nowadays. I do think, obviously, he knows what it takes to play at a certain level, but he also knows a way to push people's buttons to where they react in a way that makes everybody better and not doing it in a negative way. And that's very important in the role of playing that position and being quarterback, because you're going to deal with a lot of personalities naturally. But I think he does an unbelievable but handling each one of those.
All right, Casey, talk about how intricate that offense of Bobby Petrino actually is. Is it reading, understanding to go through your reads, your progressions? What makes that offense so difficult to adapt to or master initially?
Number one, it's really a pro offense, from the verbiage to the understanding. And as Coach Petrino said, he said, obviously those guys, we have a lot of freedom at the line of scrimmage, but we have a lot of freedom to do exactly what Coach Petrino tells us to do. So, in his words, that's how he relates it. But, number one, it starts with the defense, and you got to understand if they're in an even or odd front, if they're in an under front, or what the secondary structure is. And he does, like I said, the amount of preparation that he puts in to get you ready is crazy. But you never walked into a game and really felt like, hey, I haven't seen this or seen that. He did a great job of preparing everybody, but you do have a lot of freedom. Like I said, you've got to know how many backs you have in the backfield, how many tight ends you have, how many receivers in the game, and then what stuff you want to get to out of each formation. Maybe it's some plays it may be a boundary run. Some plays it may be a pass, some plays it may be a run to pass, pass to run. So there's a lot of different things that you can get to. But once you kind of obviously get your feet with it and really learn it, it makes it a lot easier from year one to year two for sure.
So how much of that have you incorporated at Fayetteville High School?
Well, you can't do as much, obviously, at the high school level. But, we have when we have plays, we run some of the same similar plays, but not with all the other responsibility that comes along with it. Now, Hank, our quarterback, is one that, we give a lot of freedom to at the line of scrimmage protection-wise. He really kind of gets himself protected because he can handle it and he can redirect the protection. He's got some similarities and some other characteristics that he's able to deal with because of kind of how far advanced mentally he is.
Speaking of Hank Hendricks, talk about him specifically. This is a highly regarded young man, passed for over 4,200 yards and 52 touchdowns a year ago. Talk about Hank.
Number one, he's a great kid. I think number one, obviously, other than being a great kid, he's an unbelievable teammate. He's probably will be one of the best leaders I've been around. Like I was describing Talon, he has a way of pushing people's buttons, but really encouraging them and bringing everything inside of somebody out to where they can give their best effort. But obviously, he's a great football player. Obviously, his dad being a head coach in the past and just really understands the game, really advanced mentally. You guys will watch him, and he's got a lot of similarities of Drake Lindsay, and I see it every day, and I just, I'm like, man, this kid reminds me so much of Drake. He's probably, obviously, a little bit more athletic than Drake at this time, but a lot of similarities with his feet, kind of how he gets through his progressions, and then the arm angle stuff and the arm talent. So there's a lot of similarities there.
How about Drake? Obviously, we've talked about it before we left him at Arkansas. He's not. He's at Minnesota. Seems to be really liking the coaching staff there. But did you ever dream that as a redshirt freshman he'd be starting at a program in the Big Ten Conference?
Well,
Casey, can you hold that thought? We got to hit a break. Can you hold that thought?
Yes, sir.
Hang tight. That is Casey Dick, head football coach, Fayetteville Purple Dogs. Man, what a great introduction I had earlier. I wish I could remember all the things that I said. Anyway, Rick Schaeffer, I'm Randy Rainwater. We'll come back and wrap it up in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Hi, folks. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. It's the end of the month, and we've got to sell 21 new vehicles before Thursday night. So Frank Fletcher told us to do whatever it takes to make a deal. Get 1.9% financing for up to 72 months on select Ram models. Buy with zero down and available sales tax paid. Up to $15,000 off all new Ram 1500 Laramies. Up to $7,000 off all new Jeep Wranglers, and up to $8,000 off the all new Jeep Gladiator. And also up up to $5,000 off a brand new Jeep Compass. It's the end of the month, and we've got to sell 21 new vehicles before Thursday night. Employee pricing continues through July. You pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. And also, don't worry about your credit. If you've had credit problems in the past, go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-qualified in minutes. Then come in and pick your new car out. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us before Thursday night at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater, Holton, Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
It's Justin Acree for CertaPro Painters, and I highly recommend the folks at CertaPro for your next project, whether it's for your home or your business. Interior or exterior doesn't matter. They always go the extra mile. They painted the exterior of my home before, and what impressed me the most was the attention to detail. They notice a few boards that need minor repairs before they paint them. They will take care of that as well and save you headaches later on. Schedules fill up fast, so get on the schedule now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Moe Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, welcome to Moe's.
This is Pat Bradley, and you've waited long enough. Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union's summer auto loan special is rolling full speed ahead, but it won't last much longer. Ultra low rates starting at 1.99%, no payments for 90 days, and 84 months financing. Offer valid on new, used, or refinanced 23, 24, and 25 models. The clock is ticking. Apply now at alcoacommunityfcu.org before this offer passes you by. Offer ends August 30th. Step into the future and save big with Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. You've got Drive Time Sports locked in on the Buzz Radio Network. Here is Randy Rainwater.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer. I'm Randy Rainwater. We will be rejoined by Casey in just a moment. Casey Dick, head football coach of the Fayetteville Purple Dogs. Tri-State Generac generators. How easy can we say that? How necessary they are when the power goes out. Don't be caught without power again. The Generac home standby generators keeps your home running automatically when the power goes out. When a power outage strikes, will your home and family be ready? Generac generators provide quiet, efficient, and reliable backup power. No refueling, no hassle. And right now, get up to $1,500 off. That includes free 1-year maintenance and service, free 1-year remote monitoring, and free in-home consultation. And Tri-State takes care of everything from professional installation, maintenance, and 24/7 emergency service. And be sure and ask about financing, affordable monthly payments available. Visit tristategenerators.com to get your free quote today. Their expert technicians will help you find the right Generac generator for your home and your budget. That's tristategenerators.com. Again, joined by Casey Digg, head football coach of the Fayetteville Purple Dogs.
And Randy, here's an update really quickly. Cardinal fans who love Ryan Helsley as a relief pitcher just got traded to the New York Mets. So it's trade deadline's tomorrow. Helsley kind of knew he was going. He's been a Cardinal his whole career. He didn't want to, but he's now a New York Met.
And I'm sure you're talking to a Texas Ranger fan, speaking to Casey Dick, right? Are you a Texas Ranger fan?
Absolutely. Grew up a Ranger fan.
Well, then tell them to open the dang roof every now and then. Good grief.
It costs too much money, Rick.
No, I've been there many times. Well, Houston does it, but Texas, no, I have never been in that stadium where they open the roof. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to do that. And by the way, speaking of baseball, what do you know about Corey Schaeffer, the baseball player from Fayetteville High School, who could have been a top 5 round draft pick, instead drifted left, and he's going to Arkansas? What can you tell us about him?
Obviously, a very talented kid. Obviously, had a chance to play football. Was a very talented football player. Just an overall really well-rounded athlete. Got a really, really strong work ethic. I think he'll do, big things for Arkansas. Obviously, not sure what position or where he'll be playing, but I think he's going to do wonderful things over there across the street.
Very good.
All right, you were talking about Drake Lindsey.
Yeah, Drake Lindsey. What do you think? What about a redshirt freshman? He's going to start at Minnesota. What do you think of that?
Well, he had a great mentor in Max last year, and I think he's just really, really comfortable. I think, just from talking with him, I probably talk to their coaches 2 or 3 times a week, just touching base with him, and they're doing a great job of kind of obviously making him feel as comfortable as can. And obviously they've got a very talented run game and offensive line back, which will help him, but they're putting a lot of pressure on Drake too. So, I'm really excited to watch him. He's been working hard and worked for the opportunity. So just really going to be really awesome to flip on the TV on Saturdays and watch a couple of guys that we've coached in the past.
What do you have to? You have to get ESPN Plus, or how do you watch Big Ten games that are not on Fox?
Yeah, you can get on ESPN Plus.
Okay, very good.
All right, Casey, going back to your Purple Dogs, you came close in 24, didn't quite make it. You were champions in 25. I'm sorry, in 23. I'll get my numbers right. I'm trying to go backwards now. What was the difference last year than from the year that you won it in 23? What was the difference?
I think a lot of it nowadays, there's not just a drastic difference. I think some of it is, number one, just you got to be playing consistent football towards the end of the year. I think that's big. I think there is something. I'm not a big fan of having a bye week at the end of the year when you make the playoffs. That's not an excuse. That's just something that's my personal preference. I don't like having a bye week in high school playoffs. I'd rather, if it were up to me, I'd rather just continue to play straight through. But I think there's some things that we can do, obviously, to help our kids more. That wasn't anything that they did. It's probably on myself. So, we've got to address that, move forward, and hopefully we'll have a different result this year.
What are your expectations for this upcoming season for your Purple Dogs?
I really love our team. I think they've done an unbelievable job this summer of preparing and coming together. They've done a great job of really being a cohesive group, which is an area I thought we could have done a little bit better with our kids last year, and I think they've kind of surpassed those expectations. We got a lot of leaders out there. We got some guys that have been thrown in the fire. Got some very talented guys that played a lot of snaps, got a lot of experience. So I really just like where we're at, like where our kids are at, and obviously looking forward to have a great season.
You're blessed with Dorian Bowers, another quarterback, a big young man, 6'4", 215 pounds. How can you utilize his talents?
I think Dorian is a guy that when he'll be a quality kid to have on our team. Played some snaps last year at Northside, was obviously with us at Fayetteville High School before that. So he's got some game experience that I think, in the long run could help us and translate obviously onto him for getting on the field.
Is one of your strengths going into this season your offensive line?
It is. I think we're returning a lot of guys. We're returning 3 out of the 5 guys up there. The 4th one played a lot last year, didn't necessarily start, and then we're breaking in a new one. So I think we've got a talented group up there that will look to be pretty solid.
How do you see your future? I mean, I not that you're not doing great at the high school level, but do you have aspirations to continue to climb the ladder, Casey?
I do. And I'm not in a rush to do that. I got 2 kids, one 12, one 8. So obviously that plays a little bit of a factor in what you want to do and what you want to accomplish. But that's something that's, over the years has become something that's become, on the radar a little bit more. So, that's something that I would obviously entertain if the right opportunity presented itself.
Kind of like Rhett, is it not? Rhett Lashley. I mean, he started out the high school ranks and moved his way up.
Yep. It's changed a little bit since Rhett came through.
Yeah. Do you want to be negotiating contracts and transfer portal? I mean, I don't know. No matter what the job pays, I'm not sure I want all the headaches that comes along.
I'm about to say, I don't want any part of being a GM. I know that.
You don't have to do that yet at high school, do you?
Not yet. I'm sure it's coming, though.
Oh, there is some states, I do believe, that NILs for high school players, they're allowed. So you may be right about that. Good gracious, I can't imagine at the high school level. Oh, that would be a headache into itself. You open up pretty good. Speaking of your Purple Dogs, you got a pretty good matchup right off the bat. You open up at Cabot, no less, and then the second week you get to take on Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And is this the Texas High that I think it is? That's on the Texas side in game number 3?
It is. It is. All three of those teams are really good football teams, as you guys know. I think Coach Reid is obviously one of the legends in our state with everything that he's done and been able to accomplish. And he always puts together a great squad that's ready to roll. Broken Arrow has been a powerhouse team in Oklahoma, and they're going to have a great football team. They'll come to us, and then we go to Texas High, and Coach Stanford and his group. Man, they had an electric football team that played past the week of Thanksgiving last year in the state of Texas. Got Tredarian Ballback, who I think is the number 2 or 3 player in the state of Texas that's committed to Oregon. Got a lot of similarities, really similar to Isaiah Satania. Reminds me a lot of Isaiah, just watching him play and how they utilize him and how they move him around. So I'm sure it'll be another great game and a shootout.
Well, Cersei, you've got some pretty good receivers, don't you? Starting with Katavian Taylor.
Yeah, he's a great one. Obviously works hard, does a great job. A football junkie kid. Going to have the opportunity to go play at the next level, kind of wherever he decides to go do that. And, got some great parents, though. I mean, his parents are awesome. Let us coach him, but they're very, very supportive. But, man, he's just a football kid, a fun kid to be around, never had a bad day, loves to work and just get better.
What about your defense? I see you've got inexperience on the defensive line. Where do you go from there?
We are a little bit young at defensive line, but I think we feel really good about those guys and the progress they've made. I think at linebacker and DB, we're probably as fast as we've ever been. We got some guys in the back end that are very talented, and Kendrick Williams, who's committed to Arkansas, Brody Jones, currently is committed to Cincinnati. So we've got some guys back there at DB that can really play. I think we've got one of the best young kids in the entire state.
Thank you much. We got to run.
Play back there.
Sports and entertainment package.
I love that game.
103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money.